still empty.
Don't split a bit.
No, keep yours in your fancy cup.
All right, so episode 2.
Yep.
Big Chazza. Charlie the man.
Back! I'm back!
Previously worked together, haven't we?
Not for a long time, was it? It was what? 10 months, 11 months?
10 months, 11 months,
10
something
months,
like that.
Not a
Good
long
friend
time.
ever since. Can't get rid of him. Yeah.
Well, as an introduction.
Yeah, so I'm me, Big Chazza, Charlie Mack. We've been, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When I finished. But yeah, it was, say, 10 months of working together, and then been on a bit of a ride since. Finished up here. Funny enough, went to where I am now, at Gem Power, Hyundai. Worked for them for 18 months, kind of progressed a little bit with them, and then moved on again. Things just went a bit sour. The boss there who was just obtuse. Obtuse is the word I'll use. So that kind of changed things, and then I was just looking. Let's say I got to that point, I thought I need to change again, and then Morris came up, Morris Leslie, and I said to you before, brilliant company, fantastic company. The guy I work for, the boss at my branch, one of the nicest blokes I've ever met.
Yeah.
Loads of time for him. Really, really sound guy. I did like 5 months of them. Again, there was no issues with the job. The job was fine. I was back working on. I'd gone from obviously being at Hyundai, working on the smaller stuff, so like lawnmowers, generators, that type of thing. And then I finished up there. I went back to Morris, and was on like majority of stuff was telehandlers.
Yeah.
All JCBs.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking God. Don't mention that name. Don't swear.
It was like literally from 4 metre, 4, 7, 10, 12, 14, 17, 21, 24. I think was the biggest we did. And then they had Manitous. And then there was like excavators, which is like babies up to 20 ton. Then there was rollers, all sorts of big plant stuff.
Variety of stuff.
It was nice. It was nice getting back into the bigger stuff, because like obviously when I finished with yous, I went working over there with them. I was like, well, I don't need a toolbox this big, so like you got my toolbox.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I need another toolbox in now, so I kind of bought bits in again, and the big spanners come back out. It was nice. It was nice to go back to that thing, and then again, yeah, Ovies were on, and you were dirty again. Whereas over there, I was like a little pillow princess.
Pen pusher.
It was. I spent a lot of time opening boxes and closing boxes, because that's what that job entailed. And then again, randomly after like 4 months or 3.5 months of being with Morris, Hyundai got back in touch. I was just like, look, this is what's happening. At first, the gaffer at the time wasn't going anywhere, or what we thought wasn't going anywhere. And then,
So we just offered them back to being like a workshop role.
it was strange. The first like bit of them getting back in touch was him, and he was like, "Where do you work now? How much do you earn? Are you happy?" And at first I was like, "Weird, mate.
Yeah.
Why does he want to know this?" So I kind of got chatting with him again, and then the questions got a bit more like fluent, where he's asking me like, "Are you happy though? Like, do you want to change?" And I was like, "Look, come out. What is it you've got? Just come out and tell me what you want. What you want." And then he sort of put a proposal together and said he wanted me to go back there as like the head engineer / warehouse supervisor to run downstairs.
Yeah.
Which was basically the job I was doing anyway. It was obviously a better pay.
A bit more of a title sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the team's only ever been a small team there, like 3-4 people. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a big ask, because I was doing the job anyway. And then that kind of got put on the table. But the more and more I thought about it, I was like, again, as a guy, so my old gaffer, like, he's a lovely bloke. Like, we've got similar interests.
Morris, is it?
No, this is at Hyundai.
All right, yeah,
before I
yeah.
finished up there. He's a great bloke, but I just struggled to work with him in a work environment, because so I did 18 months with him, so I tried, and a lot of the stuff, I usually know what I'm like. I sort of gets an idea in my mind, and that's what we're going for. And at times, like, I'd be like, we need to do this. It's like, yeah, we'll do that. And then it's like, just get this big rug and just sweep under there
for another day. Yeah.
And it happened. I was like, I'm just getting annoyed with this. So when it came back around, like, go back and work for him again, I was like, again, the money's better than what I'm on now, and I can go back there and be happy. It's like, we don't know. And then it kind of went quiet. Then I was a bit like, well,
Left in the dark.
Mrs. is like, what's the crack? I was like, I don't know. I've not heard anything. And I didn't want to chase him, because I was happy doing what I was doing at Morris.
Yeah.
And then it was the FD got in touch then and was like, there's been a bit of a change of plan. Certain somebody, at first he didn't tell me, he was like, a certain somebody's leaving us. It's like, okay. So me presuming that this was this other guy I worked with, Phil. So I was like, all right, so what's the change of plan? And he's like, how would you fancy a promotion? I was like, I thought that's what this move was. He's like, no, this is like a promotion. It's like, to do what? He's like, do you fancy coming running the place for us? So it's funny because I had the phone and I was like, okay, just a sec, Steve. The signal's really bad. Hello, Steve. I was like, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll speak to the missus. And straight away I thought, if he's going, I'm having it. I'm having that place. I know what it needs. I know what it needed. After working there, because I started, it'd been open 2 months. And then when I started, we started trading the line into like the 3rd month.
Yeah.
So I kind of was there from the beginning. We built it. I knew what it was. I knew the business model. I knew the machinery. I knew the customer base. I knew it worked. And having boots on the ground all the time, I knew what he needed.
Yeah.
And somebody,
go on.
say somebody that was above me, that didn't listen to me. It's like, I'm not just. I think sometimes he maybe looked at me and was like, "Well, you at the time 27? You're just 27-year-old. What do you know?" It's like,
where's your experience come from?
It's like I've worked boots on the ground now for like 6-7 years doing this job.
Yeah.
And in here, it made it easier because having worked like prior to being with Gen Power, prior to being with Hughes, obviously I'd worked in the higher game for like 5.5, 6 years.
Yeah.
And then changed coming
Repair him then, I wonder.
Yeah, so that was again. There's an engineer for that.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, the higher game, it's brutal, mate.
Fucking hell.
And that was repairing everything, access, plant, and small tools.
Yeah.
And the higher game's brutal, like horrible. People just seem to get stuff, and it's like, well, it isn't mine, so wing. This drill. I wonder if I can use this drill as an hammer. No, you can't. You plank. And you get them back, and it's like, ooh. So having moved from that to this with Hughes was a big change.
Yeah.
It was a really good change for me. Like I say, coming and working for Hughes opened my eyes to what engineering really was. Like, obviously, me and you are the same age.
Yeah.
And we've had the discussion before, and I think you said it the last thing. There isn't such thing as a better engineer. No. It's just someone who's got more experience than you.
Yeah.
When I came on, you had all the experience in the world. And then I kind of worked with you for a little bit, and then you come on, I was like, he's fucking 12 and he knows more than me. It's like walked out of his mum's womb and got onto a forklift. Right, Mum, I'm off. And then straight away I was like, well, these boys know what they're doing. And then obviously your dad's just like a fucking fountain of knowledge. Just pours out of the bloke.
He's forgotten more than we know.
I'm sure he forgot me every day I come in. Walking poor, what's your name again? And it was just soon she'd be like, wee! But say that opened my eyes into what engineering really was,
like a different side of it.
And I say doing the jobs we did, I learned very, very quickly. It's like, right, you're gonna have to apply yourself here and be in. And Yous knew my ability and my skill level, and Yous, if anything, Yous are good with me that you just kind of left me to the jobs where you knew what I was doing, and then at the time I was like, right, I've got this job, you're gonna learn this. So I come in and said, you said like, have you done any head rebuilds before? It's like, nah. So there's one down there. We'll be doing that soon. And we did it eventually, after some crying and some throwing. I've got my pinky fingers at the phone every 10 minutes, like, Sam, I don't know what I'm doing. And then he'd come in and it's like, aha, the saviour Joe. So it did,
Best way to learn though, isn't it? Hands on.
The thing is, I didn't know that. Because I'd come from probably quite a sheltered environment with the higher game. Because I had, at the time, my father-in-law was the foreman. He was predominantly.
Because obviously, the question I got to ask is like, how did you get into the industry? So to say, because obviously, who does?
Complete whim. So I've been to uni, as you know. I went to uni, did a sports science degree. Spent 5 years of my life at college and uni. Spent 50 grand for.
To use it for running for spanners.
I'm really fast. Watch this big. But I did that. I spent 50 grand, and then I spent like 6 months after I graduated. It's like.
What did you do?
I need a job. Like, I was living with a mum at the time, and a mum, bless her, wasn't charging me much rent.
Yeah.
But it's like, I need to get some money. What we're doing, and then say at the time, Chris, stepdad, had said like, the company I'm at, they need a yard man. Do you fancy it? So I was like, what's that? What do you do? And when I got there, it was like, these are the diggers, these are the access machines, the booms, the scissors. It's basically just organised this place, and it kind of just it fell into my lap, and I stuck it out for 5.5 years, and then in the progression of me being there, I'd gone from being a yard man, and then within a year, the small tools fitter left, and he said, "Do you fancy that?"
Yeah.
And in that year, genuinely in that year period, when I started, I didn't know how to wire a plug.
That
so
bad.
I was like 18, 19, 20, probably 20 when I started there. I didn't know how to wire a plug. So the first like tasks I would get off one of the lads was, here's a piece of wire, here's a plug, knock yourself out.
What? And
every day I would just cut it down and rewire it, cut it down, rewire it. And then sort of built myself up from that. So after the year, moved into the small tools, and then I think I had 2 years at that. So I've been there 3 years, and was looking for a change then. A company that hired stuff from us had said, like, do you fancy working for us? It's more money, and it's this, you get a van. I was like, again, I was only young at the time. I didn't have any kids then. So I was like, this could be a good thing. And then one of the other lads left, one of the plant fitters left, and he was like, how do you fancy a plant? Give you a pay rise. You're still only 5 minutes from your house. You fancy it? So we did that, and then it was like plant, then moved into the access. So after like 5.5, 6 years, I'd pretty much nailed down all their gear. And it just stuck. And once I got, it's funny because I remember when I started the first couple of weeks, her stepdad was like, once you get in, if you're in, you ain't getting out. And I was like, it's a job. I'll just walk away. I'm 10 years deep. I can't. I'm balls deep.
Something about it.
Balls deep in this industry. It takes a hold, like say it's, and then moving on from there, coming here, this opened my eyes massive.
Yeah.
Just the learning of how things work.
Yeah.
I never did that because the industry I was in, it was like, that's broke. Okay, well, we'll get a new one of those, put that on it.
Yeah.
And it fixed it. There was no like repairing what you've got.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's the big difference between not blowing our trumpet, like probably the best way to do it, but the main dealers, if it needs an engine, you put an engine in it. You don't strip it.
Why is it broke?
That's it. Yeah. What's caused it to happen like that? You don't get. That's why I think I'd find it hard to work for someone else eventually at the time.
Yeah, because I couldn't just slot bits.
It's not as in depth.
No.
Yeah, the inquisitiveness.
You rang up the foreman and said, like, starter's fucked on this. I can take it apart and clean it up, and it'll keep them going.
Yeah.
No, just replace it.
Yeah.
I put machines down. No, just replace it. I'll have to wait. I couldn't do that.
Because like, in the higher game especially, it's all about speed.
Yeah.
So like I've been to jobs before where like, oh, machine's gone down, you go and they've got an 8 metre scissor stuck in the air. What have you done? We went up in it and it won't come down. And you'll get it to come down, but then something on the valve bank's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'll just go and get the bits and I'll change it. No. And they'll literally phone the depot up. They'll have him put another scissor on the back of a wagon with a forklift. He comes, he picks it up, he drops it off and swap it over. It's all about speed, and that's what these big sites, like, especially when I come here, obviously we worked on some bigger sites, but they only run one machine.
Yeah.
And I thought when I come in, it'd be like, right, it would be that way.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, it's not as easy as pick a reach stacker up, put it on a transport, we'll have it there in half an hour. It doesn't.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. And I'd seen that when I come in, the machines that we were working on, it's like you can clearly see these have been fixed and fixed and fixed, not just like put a new part on it, put a new part on it, put a new part on it. It's like, right, that spreader, the twist locks don't work. Get your file out.
That's
There's a bit of an edge on it, just file the edge off. We're not replacing it. No, we're going to make it work. And it stuck. So, and I think that for me, after that, so that'd have been like 6.5 years, 7 years in the game.
Yeah.
That then was a real like, I think I'm an engineer now. I think I'm moving into that bracket of being an engineer. So, well, obviously I left here.
This is going to be a weird one. Obviously, saying you learnt that round us, like the old man, like when you went to Morris, Leslie.
That was after Gen Power. When I finished there, I went to APL.
Did what you learnt here come into it? Did it help you out, or
it did with APL? Because APL, they again, even though it's a high game,
APL that was the access place. Yeah, that's right.
Access. It did because they're forming there. Again, I use the word obtuse. I'd like to just sort of fold him up, and put him in a box, and pull out around over there, you fucking lunatic. But he was quite good at. He was good at his job. He was good at his job. So when it comes to repairing bits, we'd strip something. He's like, right, can you fix that? And the way the way my brain was tuning, it was like, yeah, I can fix that. Because I remember when I started here, I was thinking, I can't fix that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. And it was just like, it's big Meccano, just undo the bolt and just do that and do this.
It's all nuts and bolts, isn't it?
The first job I did, I come for that trial, didn't I? And your dad went,
Yes.
there's a pump off a Manitou. It's broke, fix it. Find why it's broke. And within 20 minutes, we'd stripped it. Oh, the O-ring's gone on the inside. And I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember that job like it was yesterday because that was the first like,
I can do that.
I can do
Why
that.
get a new pump?
Why do it? Just put a new O-ring in it. And then he
yeah.
gave me the kit. He was like, right, make a new O-ring.
Yeah.
And we did, and it worked. And it was, like I say, it was a real eye-opener. So when you said I'm moving on to the next place and the next place, it's difficult because I moved back into the higher game.
Yeah.
Still going out on the road I spent a lot of the time on the road for APL. Again, I was only there a short while because of certain people.
Numerous.
Choose to see in certain people. So it was only a short-lived thing, and I got out of there, and then that's when I went to Gen Power. And it changed again then because they were even more cutthroat.
Yeah.
If this machine's going to take you any longer than 20 minutes to repair, bin it. It's like, what? Put it in the bin. Yeah, put it in the bin. So you pick a chainsaw up, if the top end's gone on it, it's like, well, how bad is it? Has it been used? Well, it's been used a little bit. Yeah, but how bad? They've used it. That's what they've been.
See, that's crazy, isn't it?
Mental, and a different game now.
Yeah.
It's fucking hell.
The
But I suppose, like you said, you need a new machine. I got the time and money. It's more cost effective to get a new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
to the company I'm at now,
Yeah,
it's miles, because I can see what something costs.
Yeah.
So I know getting this chainsaw in from China to here, I know what the landed cost of that is.
So by the time you pay the man's wages,
put the bits on it, do this, do that, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to think that you can just go, bin,
get
me another one. It is,
Wish I could do that with some machine. Yeah, fucking bin, man. Put it in the skip.
I've actually got a list. I've got a small book of machines when I was here. Bin, death trap. Sam really set himself on fire.
But I also think a lot of the stuff we work on, well, you'll know, a lot of it's old and obsolete. You can't get bits for, so you have to repair it.
Yeah, it's the difference between, like, obviously, like you say, chainsaw strimmers, you can get them at that price, whereas you, one, try and find a reach stacker, and two, how much is it going to cost you? You can't just cut the boom off, bin it, let's scrap it and get something else. The amount of money you'd lose and have to fork out again, it's just, it's different. It is a completely
even like
different
second-hand
game.
machines are hundreds of thousands sometimes, aren't they?
That's it,
can
yeah.
be.
It shows like we working on machines that, what's that one? Where was it? It's a 1971. What did we do?
Lance and Henley, the yellow
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
we did brakes on it. Yeah.
A 1971 truck. I was like, why are they still running this? Because it works.
Yeah.
To go out and buy another 10 tonner, it's going to cost them 30 grand, and they don't want to spend that.
Yeah.
So they'll spend 2 grand on getting the brakes done. It's going again.
Yeah.
It's in and moving around the industry a little bit, from hire to sales to like on the road servicing, all them different bits. You see all that, how it all works. It's crazy.
Because didn't you work at Crown? Was it Crown?
For very, very short.
Oh, was it very short?
That was a brief period. I was like, hate my life. I want to change. What am I going to do? I'm getting off the tools. This is crap. And then I went working in an office and was like, I'm getting fat. So the desks that are like this now, right? This is how we sat here. So there's a computer there. It's a story I always tell. There was a board thing between us. So you couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
But if he wanted to talk to me, he would send me an email.
An email from over the desk.
So I'd get he'd go, oh, I got an email. Oh, and then I'd just stand up and go, what? And he'd go, check your emails. What? The email. I can see the email, but just use your mouth and talk to me. And it was like, I think when I got in there, the guy was like, oh, the system, it'll take you like 2 or 3 weeks to pick up. It's really complicated. And in like 4 days, I got it.
Yeah.
I was like clicking through, and he's like, well, you seem to be pretty advanced. Like, it's a computer, mate. You're like 400 years old. It's called Google. Do you know what it is? So like, I was probably only there 5 weeks.
Is that what you did? Yeah.
I'd come in, my boss at the time, a lady, lovely woman, and then I had the big boss. And on the 5th week, I'd already made my mind up. I'd already sorted out going. It was at Smith's. I'd already got back in contact with him. I was like, I'm going back. And the big boss sat me down and was like, yeah, Charlie, how we're doing? Because you know what I'm like. I'm a sort of try and keep myself lively and happy and all that. And he was like,
positive, yeah.
And I was just like dead straight faced. I was like, is everything all right? I was like, I'm great. I was like, sit down. I was like, I will. She said, how's everything going at the minute? And I was like, be honest with you, mate, not great. It's like, what? And I was like, no, not I was like, what? I said, I'm going. I was like, what? And I explained to him like why the job for me. And to be fair to him, he stood up, he shook my hand, and he said, mate, what you just done took some serious balls to say it ain't right for me. I liked what I was doing before. I'm good at it. I'm going back to it.
Yeah.
So I did like a 6-week sabbatical.
Yeah.
In office was like, but then saying that was
your
like,
eyes.
that was like 2 years into doing that. I'm fucking back in office now. So now I am going to get fat. Okay. Complain.
Give it another 6 months to change his mind.
But I have got nice fingers.
That's it.
I feel like a bit of a job whore. Like change it. It frustrates me the most. Like I did like 5.5 years for one company. I loved it.
Yeah.
Because I worked with some really great people, met some really nice people along the way. Worked for a good company, like, Smiths are a good company. And then things changed and it moved, and I was like, right, I need to move, I need to change. And I come here and was like, yeah, this is sound, this is great. And then things kind of went the way they did, and bits of things going on. I was like, I need to change. Changed again. Went to APL and was like, what? Why can't I land something decent? Like, he's just a cock. There's no two, like, you've got one guy who's really sound, he's here. And you got the other guy who's just underneath him, and he's shit scared of him. Like,
What is going on?
yeah, why? You should be telling him, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I must
honestly.
admit, I go work for a big firm, You got to speak to the manager, to speak to the manager, to speak to the managing director, and then speak to the foreman. I
Pyramids are
couldn't do it.
crazy
Oh,
things.
fucking hell, I couldn't do
The
it.
position I'm in now,
Yeah.
mate. This company
Advertisement.
come back from me. They are a brilliant company. What we do and how we do it and the money we make is fantastic.
Well, I'm saying, to be fair, the products, we've had a few, haven't we?
Yeah.
I can't knock them.
No.
For the money you pay.
That's it, yeah. They're as good as anyone else's.
We had the discussion on the way up. That chainsaw you have got.
Yeah.
That 20-inch machine, I'd say
Yeah.
to any Still, any Husky, that'll be 10 times the price.
Yeah,
you
that's
paid
it.
what, 90 quid for a chainsaw?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
You pay 900 quid for a Husky. I'll sit that 20-inch next to that, and it'll do all.
I must admit, when
And the thing
I
is,
saw the price, I
I could
thought,
buy one every year, and in 10 years' time, I'll have only spent the same amount of money.
Yeah,
and I'd have
yeah,
had
yeah.
2 Huskies, so.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's the stuff we do. It's right.
And it sounds awesome.
It does sound good. It
got
does
that
sound
tone,
really
doesn't
good.
it?
Yeah.
So the HVAC is nice, but this one makes a great noise.
Yeah, no, it is good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Definitely good stuff.
Quick, you got a question?
No, go on.
Quick question I've got is, I want to know, obviously now, branch manager, is it? Depot manager?
branch
Branch
manager.
manager. I want to know what challenges you come across in that environment now. Like what challenges you or
I think the biggest
problems you have.
thing, the biggest change was going from like basically being the boss of yourself
yeah.
to now I'm the boss of a branch and people.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself to be a boss. I'm not. I don't go in suited and booted. I'm not pointing the finger. I don't tell you to do something because I've been in a position where someone's told me to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say more. My what do you call it of you? Like view of you is you're not. I wouldn't class you as a boss, but more a team leader. You're like a captain, aren't you?
The thing is, like, I think there's a fine line between being if you're in a position like I am now, where you're a boss and you've got employees. There's a fine line between being someone's friend and someone's boss.
Yeah.
Like I need the person who works for me. I need them to know that if they fuck up, you're getting it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that. Other than that, if everything's kosher, like we're laughing. I'll buy you a break on a Friday if you get your jobs done.
That's
That's the way. That's the image I wanted to portray myself. So that
Yeah.
was the biggest. When it changed, I was like, I'm going to be a brat. When I wake up on Monday, go to work, I'm going to be the gaffer.
Yeah.
What am I going to be like? And it's like you sort of sit there putting like situations where you had like, what if this happens? Like, well, if I've got to shout at him, or if he's late, what do I do? And I think what put me in good stead for it is only been at Morris for 5 months. Again, I'm not a job whore. I'm not.
He's a liar.
Being at Morris for only 5 months, working for Neil, my boss there, he put me. Having worked for him, I took his traits into me being a boss.
Yeah.
He just did the right thing. Like I've been there maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he come through and he's like, right, McDonald's, what's your go to? I was like, 20 nuggets. He's like, all right, no worries. And I went away and I was like, I don't understand what that was. And Daz at the time, the foreman, was like, he's getting us dinner. What for? He's like, this is what he does. And the morale was like, sat eating my dinner. Like, Gaffer's paid dinner for me. It's like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So the little things like that I took. Again, your dad did that. It was a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Like TikToks and all that. It's like,
Not the app.
No.
a little cafe. So I took that into what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've had lots of experiences. Again, I'm not a job whore. Lots of experiences of different managers, and I know what not to do.
Yeah.
I've worked for one guy for a long time, and I know what not to be like.
So the one thing you've got to be human. Do you know what I mean? You being a manager doesn't make, we all shit, fart and bleed, you know what I mean? We're just
the
people.
same question I ask anybody, whether you're an MD, an FD, a business owner, fucking Elon Musk, Bill Gates, do you wipe your own ass?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it, yeah.
You're no different to me, mate. 'Cause
Yeah,
I wipe my
exactly,
own
yeah.
too.
We all breathe the
thing
same
is,
there. Do you know what I
like
mean?
you say, it's great being you can be a good manager, but not get on with your staff, and you'll have a crap business. You've got to be connected with them. And like you were saying, you've got to have that. Yeah, I'm your mate, but you fuck up and you're gone. It's like having that sort of mentality behind it, but people respecting it you for that and appreciating what they've got, not just he's a wanker, he's a manager. You know, people get that vision in your head, don't you? Where it's like fucking all managers are fucking tossers,
So
and you've got to
in
prove
his position.
prove it all wrong, give a different view of yourself and things like that.
See, I think for these, like, I think having me in this position is, I got one guy he's after sales manager, Rye. I think he's a year older than me.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm about the youngest boss they've got, but I run a branch. Like we're based out of Pembroke Dock.
Yeah,
the depot
yeah.
that's in Newport. They're over 5 hours away, so no one can nip in and check on me.
Yeah,
they can phone me if they want, but they don't because they trust me.
That's it.
Because they know the type of person I am. But I think it was good because once I'd done the first sort of 2-3 weeks, what I wanted to do is every Friday we make, whether it's 4:30, 4 o'clock, whatever it is, make some time where I can sit with my engineers,
Yeah.
the workshop staff, and say, right, come on, let's have a brew. And we'd sit, and I remember the first time I did it, the lad who works with now, Chris, was like, what are we doing? So I was like, right, get your pen out, get a book out, and just anything you think needs to change or want to do different, or write it down.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, sound. So he kind of went away, come back, and we sat in at half an hour. And what made it for me was when we'd finished, he said, when I was working for the other guy, he said, I was coming to work and I was paying the bills. It was a job. He said, you've changed that in the space of 3 weeks. He said, I enjoy coming to work. I look forward to what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Again, I think that's because I've done the job. I understood what it needed.
Been on both ends of the spectrum, haven't you?
I know what it needed, and nothing's changed for me. I don't see myself as like. So the old gaffer would reiterate the point. I'm the only boss here.
Yeah.
You work for me. So like the amount of people that have come in and say, "Where's the other bloke gone? Oh, he's finished. Like he's gone now." Oh, I thought it was his business.
Yeah.
It's just the image he portrayed. Again, he's a great guy, and I'd love to go out for a beer with him and sit. He's got great stories. And he is a nice bloke, but I just struggled with the working capacity with him because I think because he was so driven and so focused on what he wanted, when it didn't work, it was like, well, this is not my fault. Something happening somewhere is wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, chill out. Like,
You can't make the divide, can you? You can't have an office and yard lads, or office
you're
and
all
engineers.
one
You can't.
company,
Yeah,
yeah.
there can't be a divide. You can't be scared to go and talk to the boss.
No.
You know what I mean? You can't do it.
You've
It's
got
got to be a
open door
relationship.
policy all the time. Like say, having that divide creates the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the team we've got there is a team now of 3 people.
Yeah.
I can't have a divide where they can't come and talk to me, or I can look on the cameras and like, is everybody all right? No one's dead. Check the
Yeah.
And you can see them canoodling. What are they talking about me?
Yeah.
Because they don't, like, if they've got a problem, they come and tell me.
Yeah.
If they need something sorted, they come and tell me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the sort of person that's like, yeah, I know you need that. I know this needs to be done. We'll do that.
Yeah. So it's like the old thing, isn't it? If you've got staff working for you, you need a litre of oil, rather than come and ask you, because if they don't, they'll take it anyway. And it's that kind of mentality.
Yeah,
It does. It does. And it creates rifts. I think being in the position you're in, people come to you for that. I need this, I need that. And if you're a real ass about everything, they don't come to you, then they're just going to take it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why am I down this month? Where's this or where's that? Don't know.
That's it.
You can't trust people, can you? So it's, I think coming into this, like challenging wise, was definitely becoming like the boss, per se. But I think more on myself. I was more hard on myself, wanting to be the right boss, wanting to be the right thing.
I think, not going back to working for my dad, but I think half the problem, not the problem, some of the issues you had when you worked here was, we spoke about, haven't we? Like, you were doing all the right things, it was just a matter of time. But you, like,
my biggest thing is, I know my biggest flaw in life is I want to be in control of things I'll never be in control of.
Yeah.
And I came working for your dad was the gaffer, but again, I'd seen things like, we need to change this, we need to change that. But in your dad's mentality, it's like, well, fine, we'll just woosah for this next month and then we'll do it. It's like, we need to do it now. And I kind of beat myself up about that. And then it divided us a little bit. And so the last couple of months, I didn't hate it because the job was great. I loved like fancy old van driving. You know, it's nice driving around doing the jobs. But I hated what I'd done myself, what I'd created.
Not necessarily with the environment that everyone.
Yeah, I was going to say the situation, the environment.
It became brittle between everyone, didn't it? It was like
it was tense all the time at one point.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Anything could have been the last straw that broke the camel's back.
Exactly.
At that point,
At any point, I think at any point it could have just gone bang.
That's it. For any one of us, and that was the difficult.
So I think there's a couple of things that sort of built me up to that. Again, stuff that we've spoke about and you know what it is. That kind of each month pushed me to. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And then I was like, no, but I like the job. I work with a great team. I work with great people. Like, I've got a good thing going. And then something else happened. I was like, fuck this, I'm gone.
It just niggles and eats away at you, doesn't it?
Probably a year into after I'd left, obviously I'd been at APL.
And
moved on to Gen Power then. And a year after I left, I've never not thought about working here. I've never not thought about what we did. We always laugh about the jobs. I always tell stories of me nearly killing myself.
Catching you off the top of a spread.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
Right, I'm going to go there. We've been here. How long have we been here? 8 seconds. Don't kill yourself. I'll be all right. Wee. So I always think about what we did and the jobs because it was great. It was.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it. I try not to regret anything. If you regret stuff in life, you'd live life.
Yeah. It's not where you want to be.
No, you just take it.
You've done it. And
take it as it
I mean?
comes. Take it as again. It's probably my dad's quote that sticks with me is you take it as a stitch in life's rich tapestry.
Yeah,
It's one of them things, it happens, you move on.
Yeah,
Get over
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
And say, I miss it, don't get me wrong, I miss coming in here and having a crack and we go out and do jobs together. I do, you know, the dogs, and it's just nice, everything was just nice. Like now I've moved on and moved on and moved on. But say it was a shame, it was a shame to finish the way it did.
I think it's benefited you in the long run. Obviously, you went round a bit of the houses, job hole that you are, but I think you've come out the other side of it with everywhere you've been since and everything to put yourself in the position that you're in to succeed in that role. You know,
So,
what
I mean,
mean?
I think spending a lot of time with where I am now, again, obviously moved on, but spending a lot of time doing what I'm doing, I clearly did something right because when I finished, 4 months down the line, they're back in touch. And since I got back, no one's got a bad word.
Same as here, we're sat here now chatting. You know what I mean? It could be a fucking tosser.
So, I mean, I could have finished and we could have just cut ties and that was it.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
knew that wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to, especially like with your dad as well. I didn't want to cut ties because you're good people. You know what I mean? You're friends, and it's to just cut that because of a job.
Yeah.
I think so. So some people say, don't like you should never work with family, never work with friends. And because we became very close very quickly,
Yeah.
once it got to that point, I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to lose friends. I don't wanna do that. Shit, this is shit.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we can sit here and laugh about it now. It is.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's things that you do, things that happen. Like I said, look at me now. I'm in a position now where
Every cloud of a silver lining.
That's
Yeah.
it. though,
You are in a
isn't
better
it?
position. Well, although would you say yourself in a better
But it's
position?
like you say,
Yeah.
realistically, not that we're all more valuable to each other now, but probably all more valuable to each other now. You know, you've met a lot more people down the line that can help us or help you. We've met new people down the line that can help you or help us, and it's like, in hindsight, you know, it's probably not the best thing that ever happened. Don't get me wrong.
no, say at
But-
the time it was shit, and it's like what
Yeah.
I've done.
Yeah.
Like 2 years down the line now, in a position where you're running your own business, I'm running a branch for a business.
That's
We're
it.
in a good position now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're in
Everyone's succeeding in life, aren't they? Really.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think every family was a reason and all that in universe and shit, but it definitely.
The stars of the line.
Well, things that look bad, you know what I mean? Or you think it's rough patchy in life, it does always sort itself out, doesn't it? And you are, like you say, you're in a better position now, aren't you? So,
So I think the thing is, though, like we're still young.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't actually
29,
forget, yeah.
I'm not even 30 yet.
No.
I feel 30. I feel a
little bit older than that.
you fucking will do doing this job,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like you're 20 years old. You've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
so much time. We've all got so much time to just. The thing is, I think when I finished with Gem Power the first time, I got the opinion or the feel for a job of a job is just a job,
Yeah.
and I'll do it to my best of my ability, and I'll work as hard as I can for the person I'm working for. But it's a job, and if I need another one, I'll find one.
Yeah.
So like now, I'm in the position I'm in. I love my job now. I work as hard as I can every single day to push the business, push the brand. But if I'm not good enough for them, if they come to 6 months down the line and say, "Look, this isn't working," you know, okay,
That's it, yeah.
I'll go and find something else.
Yeah,
But at the minute where I am, don't say I'll bust my balls. I will.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want it to work. I want to be successful. I want
Yeah.
in 10 years' time, my kids to say, "Dad, what do you do? Where do you work? Why are you asking that? Oh, my mate wants to know where you work. Oh, I do this.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 10 years. I've been doing it for 15 years.
We've achieved X doing it.
I've done this, I've done this, I've done this.
I was speaking to a guy not long ago talking about age, and obviously he knows. I think he's 60, just over 60. Bob.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously I was asking.
What a bloke.
Not all different Bob.
Different Bob.
But I was speaking to him, and he was obviously saying about how do you? Obviously he buys and sells things. Like, how do you know so many people where it needs to go, who you need to ring to get this, who you need to speak to get that? And he simply turned around to me and said, "How old are you?" I said, 29. He said, "I've got 31 years on you. There's just a lot of time in between."
Yeah,
And I thought
yeah,
it's very true. Like you say, you
yeah.
forget. Obviously, been doing it forever, and you know,
You feel like you've been doing it forever.
Yeah, you don't ever turn around and think, I've got another 40 years left of working, you know, like that is a lot of time. I haven't even done, I've done a fifth.
Yeah, scratch
you
the
know,
surface.
That's it.
I haven't
yeah.
even scratched the surface.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
but
it's-
it sets it in when you open your pension statement. It goes, you can retrieve this pension fund in 58 years. Like, what? I'll be 147 by the time I get this. And you'll still be working as well.
That's it.
Oh no. There's a lot of time. Like say that guy you speak to, he's got 31 years time on you.
Yeah.
So he's no more experienced than he's not better than you. He's not a better person than you. he just knows more people
Well,
because he's got loads
it goes
more time.
back to that saying, doesn't it? We're all engineers. The only thing that defines us is
Time,
experience. Yeah,
experience and time.
that's it.
And someone's been in the game that long.
You're bound to know more, aren't you?
That's it,
people?
yeah.
100%.
Oh, actually, the thing that came out to now is like all you've got to do is learn from everyone. If you can learn one thing off everyone you meet, you'll be a very, very knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
When you get to where you want
Or
to be.
woman.
Or woman. Yeah.
God, don't get talking about that topic now.
For
Jesus.
equality.
But it's true, though, isn't it? You will.
Yeah.
The knowledge you gain on the way is what makes you succeed at certain things. Or
Yeah.
You put yourself in the right situation at the right time and things like that.
Yeah.
You got to take each thing as it comes. You know, especially like in this line of work. No 2 days are the same.
No.
For me now, I deal with different stuff every day. Deal with different people, different machines, different problems. Every day is different. So every day you learn something new. I'm working with people now, guys that are not as experienced as I am on this machine. I know this machine at the back of my hand because I've worked hard on it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do you know much about that? I've worked with him for 2 years, so I know the little tricks and the little, it's what happens in the
Common
same way.
faults and
You can go downstairs to that 15 tonner and probably point out this to go wrong, that'll go wrong. To me, I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But it's something you know because you worked hard on it. So
Yeah.
you got to take. I think, like you say, if you take experience from everything you do, you'll end up all right.
Yeah.
And we're still young, you know what I mean? Especially you're a baby still.
No,
You've not actually grown hair on your chin yet.
No. There's 6 months in the running this one. You know what I mean? No, yeah. There's the one thing I found, I think I said it in the last one, the one thing I found really hard when I first started was you work on so much every day. And like, obviously working with you know, well, I'll only be doing it now.
Since
Like, actually doing the job, yeah.
Full time, I've been doing it 13, 14
Well, 13 years, yeah. And I was working with you all the time, you know, like, just crack on, do what you're doing, you know what you're doing. I have a fucking clue. Do you know what I mean? But it gets to you, doesn't it? It was really frustrating.
Yeah,
like,
I've been
especially when
Is-
when in the van on my own for the first time, and you get to the one you can't fix, it's so annoying. And you ring you and like, you just fix it over the phone. And it's like, why can't I do that? But you just experience it.
Experience, and it's
You
like
can't learn it overnight, can you?
Yeah, it's like,
You
the
can't.
old person with a chalk cross, isn't it? You know, like, gone down, fixed machine, no one else been able to do it, blah, blah, blah. Put a chalk cross on it, replace that, it'll all work. Why is your bill so expensive? Same, it's down to experience, isn't it? Like, I've seen things and done things that maybe you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? But
You definitely should. For the video, do not try at home.
but you do, you know, and like I've learnt them things and like what you can get away with and what you can't get away with, and obviously I've learnt that off my old man. Really, he taught me everything I know, and people that he's put me around. But like, that's what stands me in good stead. But like you say, all you're going to do is gain that knowledge throughout time and become a better version of yourself.
Yeah,
and as long as all your mind, as long as you're motivated, driven towards wanting to still achieve it, then
I think the biggest flaw in all of that, especially that I deal with now, because I'm very heavily customer based, is customers.
Yeah.
I think I'd seen in the last video, as you touched on, like customers where you'll say it needs this or I can do this. It ain't gonna last forever. You might get 2 weeks out of it. It might last 10 minutes. That's what's gonna happen. And they say, yeah, do it, and then it breaks, and they go, "You broke this." I told you that's what's gonna happen. Saying I think that's the biggest.
You see, you get both ends of the spectrum on that, though, don't you? Because you get certain people who you doing that for them is saving their ass, basically. You know what I mean? They are appreciative of it, and then you have the other side of the scale where they seem like they're going to be appreciative of it and like, anything to get us up and running until it goes wrong, and it can't be, like you're saying, can't be your fault. One of them managers, and it's everyone else. Him, he did this, he said that.
He said it'd be, phone the engineer, he said it'd be fixed.
That's it.
I didn't. I might fix it. This is what I can do to keep the cost down and get the machine going.
Do you need that container on the train tonight? Is it going to cost you money if it doesn't get there? That's what I'm here to try and provide.
We've been in that position. Again, was it? What machine?
Which one?
Those the SMVs.
Suez.
Did the two? I've been in that position. There's a train sat there waiting to be loaded, and the machine don't work.
Yeah.
I can make it work. I can put it in a position where it'll work for this load, but then you have to pull up and stop it again. But why can't you just fix it now? You want one or the other. I can't do both. I'm not a miracle worker.
I can get your train loaded and stop your fines. My bill will be a damn sight less than the railway charge. But that's their call, isn't it?
I think that's probably the big, like, especially for you, obviously so new into doing it for yourselves. That's going to be the biggest problem you'll face, I think, for his customers. Because I mean, I was watching the video last, and you'd said about customers always right.
No.
They're not. You can argue with the customer, and you can say this, you can say, and they can say this. If you know the answer, if you know the right answer, and they're still saying the wrong answer, to be a good customer service person, you would just agree with them. No, you don't.
No.
It's not going to benefit anybody.
The thing is, it bites you on the arse. Like I said in the last video, cover your arse. Do you know what I mean? Like, put it in writing. They're the big things to do. As long as you've got a log of exactly what you've said and exactly the options you've given them, and they've made a decision and you've got proof of it, then you're not too bad. And you know, it's who do you save money and who don't you save money, isn't it?
Again, you build that sort of rapport with a customer that. Again, I've done it now in the shorts, but the three months of doing this, I've built bits of rapport with customers that I know I can get away with. Do you want it? How desperate are you for this machine back?
Yeah.
And then I know that this machine, we can do this little fix, and I'll give it back for another day.
Yeah.
And then he'll have it back to me. And you know those sorts of customers that you can do that with. It's about building that relationship again. It's time, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, same thing.
Time serve thing.
Well,
yeah, definitely.
crazy industry, and there's so many vast different levels of it. Where do you slot in?
Maybe like little builders yard with one forklift, and then up to like Suez, we're in like, wow, how many machines? Have 6 machines as well, 4 machines.
They had
constant
325 ton SMVs,
yeah.
32 ton heister, and a 28 ton heister. Was it
a few little telly trucks and that.
Yeah.
But like they are go. You know what I mean? You're on so much pressure, it's
24
unbelievable.
hours a day.
Yeah.
Once the machine's done, it's like, this needs fixing now.
Yeah.
And then when you get in there, they said, don't touch your mouth because you might get rat's disease and blow up.
Yeah.
Your skin might start melting off. I don't even want to touch that. This is bad.
Still in the middle of some of your gloves, your hard out, your overalls.
Don't
Don't get it in your mouth, but it'll stick to me.
Is he pissing out of his overalls? I swear I don't want to touch anything. I remember every pair of gloves we changed, it was like, don't you put them in my van. Do not put them in my van.
I've got an itchy eye.
That's what it was. It's like, right, where's the clean bit?
I've got wheels disease. No, it is, isn't it?
How you going, Ginge?
Container yards and that, and they've got one machine, and it's like shit, it's the fan on it, and you've got to get it. There's wagons parked up outside, you've got to get it going, and there's no ifs and or buts.
Gold Star.
Yeah,
Brand new
Sannies.
I think I put on an E-stop. I think
it rattled, didn't it? Yeah,
rattled away, and it chopped through the wires. Something. I remember the guy was when I got there. The guy was still just like sat in the machine. I was like, "Are you getting out?" He's like, "What?" So I need to get under the. He's like, "Yeah, go on then." All right, and he sat in the machine because literally the minute I screwed the top box down on the E-stop cover, put it on, put the top cover of the engine back on, got down, took the toolbox off, bosh, off he went. I'd probably been there like 25 minutes to do it, to drill a little bit, do this, do that. And while I phoned your dad and was like, it's working because he's putting the wagon. It's sorting the wagon. It was that instant. If I hadn't done the job that quick, he's 3-4 wagons deep straight away. 4 containers, 5 containers waiting. He ain't doing a run to the port. He ain't getting paid.
You're getting on the boat. You're getting fines. It's all a big. There's a lot more to it, and it's a knock-on effect. It's like we say what I did. I did 2 years of my apprenticeship, 3 years of my apprenticeship, and went to Tilbury working with AMP, and we did the Pentalva sites there. Now they've run 16 hours a day, but like flat out. Twin boxes. I think we had 7 empties and a loaded. And if one of them breaks down, it's the end of the world. You have to be on your A game, get it up and running, get that going. And it's the same. Then you would literally be looking for the man to sign your paperwork as he's gone in the truck. He's already loading wagons, and you're sat there.
Well, how many times you rebuilt transmissions and engines and dropped them in, and the minute it cracks up, you leave it ticking over 5 minutes, and I run it in and that, and they're like, Sam, straight got it. It's like, whoa.
Do me a favour, mate. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't go, I'll be gentle, Whoa!
You got to run it in a bit. Don't go over half revs. But it's a different. Yeah, exactly. It's a different game. No, it is a different game. Well, it's day to day, it changes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Day to day.
That's the thing. I think that's what keeps it so fresh. That's what keeps this industry. Because say we're all part of the same industry as a whole. Like we all provide a service to something that does something.
Yeah, that's it.
It might be for me, end user. Someone comes and buys a chainsaw because they want to cut a tree down.
Yeah.
You boys might supply a service to a reach stacker that every 20 minutes a boat comes in and he's got to load it. We're all in the same industry, but it's that different. There's that many different avenues of stuff. It's honestly,
it's so vast, isn't it?
It's mental,
I don't think there's an industry like it.
No.
I genuinely don't think there's an industry like it. Like I had a chat today at work with a guy from JCB, and they were talking about in the world, cat is number one.
Yeah,
so cat is like the main.
Yeah.
Everybody buys cat. Cat are massive in North America.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
And then like spot 2 and spot 3, JCB, and unbelievably I don't think Komatsu.
Yeah,
are 2 and 3, and when this kind of breaking down like what they do, the countries they're in, like India's got a massive market for JCB.
Yeah.
And the money, the figures you could dream of,
Yeah.
the money these companies are making, just because that needs to pick something up, put it over there.
Yeah.
But they buy the machine that costs 70, 80, 90 grand,
Yeah.
and they'll sell 60,000 units every year of that same machine to do that one job.
Yeah.
It's
Mental,
incredible.
mental.
It's like you say, we're realistically at the bottom picking the pennies up, you know, and there is a lot out.
Yeah. The
Massive.
people that are shifting the machines, big money in it.
Oh yeah.
Big money.
Yeah.
I say it depends. You know, it depends what you're selling, what you're doing, but at the end of the day, it's the money.
The
money's what drives it all.
Yeah.
People need to put something somewhere, otherwise it's going to cost him this much money.
That's it.
And if
Yeah.
it gets there, he gets paid this much money. But then when it gets to him, he's happy because he's got this to make some more money.
That's it. Yeah.
Money drives it.
The
Money's
whole
the driver
thing in the
but
background.
There's not. I don't think there's an industry like it.
No.
It's like you say, it's not necessarily where all ends and stops, but like down to little things. You didn't have the container under, it wouldn't take it off the train. Obviously, you got to get the train there. But if you didn't have a container on it, it wouldn't take it off the ship. Then it won't get on the train. Then you wouldn't have a container to take it off the other side. You wouldn't have a wagon to put it on. Then the wagon wouldn't get to where it needs to get to have a forklift to unload it, to then ship it onto another lorry. Do you know what I mean? It's like, not that you're the be all and end all, but if forklifts and container industry stopped tomorrow, you wouldn't have food on your shelves.
Yeah. Well, it's like when COVID hit, we were still working. We haven't really had a week off.
I think a week.
Yeah, still working in that place in Kirby. Pretty much just do toilet roll, didn't they? You've been there, haven't you? That's out, funny enough.
Oh, yeah.
The big Lindy.
Have you got any bread?
But big reels of toilet roll, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then we're like all the shortage of toilet roll and that. But if we hadn't have been there fixing the machine during all COVID and shite and that, no one ever had toilet roll. And it was scarce anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but like,
that's it.
that was it. If that machine didn't work,
This is my toilet roll.
Oh yeah, I'll do a trick me piece of paper in a minute.
like, if we weren't there fix their machines, or that one machine, physically, there wouldn't, like the surrounding area, there'd be no toilet roll, wouldn't
That's
there?
it, yeah.
But no one thinks that.
It's
do
crazy
they?
to think of. you know?
Yeah.
Like your beans and your personal,
Like if the machine went down at the recycling centres, there'd be
Yeah.
a massive backup of recycling. Where would you put it?
That's
I mean,
it.
all
Where would your
landfalls
waste
would be
go, yeah.
full.
What
and-
moves it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Before it gets to that point, what moves it?
Yeah.
What they fix.
That's it,
Yeah. Plant loading shovels and excavators
Exactly.
and you know what I mean, telehandlers. But
It's a crazy industry.
it's overlooked, isn't it? We
much
would say
so.
like I do port equipment and forklifts and that's like, all right, yeah. It's like, you know, it's just someone says, I'll do wagons.
It's like
All right,
people
yeah,
say-
big money, that, isn't it?
So you touched on it before you went to uni and everything, and it's like you constantly push, do this. Like, thank you very much, because all you're doing really is pushing our job and our maybe income or the money around the job is more niche.
Engineers are a dime.
There's not many coming out.
There's no apprenticeships anymore, is there?
No.
It's like I started my apprenticeship, there was 45 or 47 lads on the course. It ended by like 30 something.
Yeah.
After 3 years, you know what I mean? And half of them probably won't be
Well, it's
engineers.
how
A
many
lot
men
of them were saying
carry-
they're going to be operators.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Bigger money, isn't it?
Because there's money in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, engineers are a dying breed. Like, I think her stepdaddy did like his college course was plant engineering.
Yeah.
Like there's probably only one or two. I know Myers Co still do it.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Reseath and
Reseath.
There's a
Nantwich.
place in Kings Lynn. I don't know if they're still doing it. They did.
Not sure. I
do
think
it for a while.
forklift was it the FTLA. They're on about doing a course.
Yes, they
You
had
can
a
go with
place.
some main dealers, can't you? Like Briggs and Lindy.
Again,
Yeah.
like you think for the amount of colleges in a specific town. So you go to Warrington, you've got Collegiate and you've got Priestley.
Yeah.
Two big colleges.
Nothing there.
Got
No.
motor vehicle at Collegiate, but it's not plant.
No.
It's different again.
You can build up from motor vehicle.
can
I did a
do,
year in
yeah.
motor vehicle and then did the apprenticeship, but you couldn't do 2 years on cars and then come and do this. Different game,
different-
innit?
different game.
Yeah, different game.
And it's like you say, it's like you were saying with Briggs and your Lindy's and people like that. The apprenticeship is 5 to 6 years. You know, like how many 16-year-olds stick it out?
No.
You do your first 2 years and you think
Say now,
cold,
my,
wet.
My sister now is in the position. She's just finished school. She's going to college, and I remember the interview she went for was like, "What do you want to be?"
Yeah.
And she's 16. She's got no idea.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 16, I was like, "I think I'll be a professional footballer." I'm like, yeah. Now you look at it, you think, "What a stupid twat."
Yeah.
Like she's in that position now where she has to try and decide what she wants to do for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And like, I've had conversations like, "Look, I'm if you need proof, I'm proof."
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
and did it. Not that it's pointless, because at some point in my life, again, I'm still young, it may come around and I'm going
Yeah.
to use it again.
And to certain people, very much useful, isn't it? But
Exactly.
for what you've fallen into, was it a
Again, I
necessity?
fell into this, and at the minute, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
There's no point in me going and changing that. If I fell my ass and I was like, I need a job,
Yeah.
maybe I'll pick it back up. Because I can go, I've got this piece of paper here, I've got this. It cost me 50 grand.
It's an expensive piece of paper, that is.
The most expensive thing I've ever done. And again, I've got kids. They're pretty But it is like she's in a position now where she's having to make them decisions at 16.
Yeah.
I think she's doing childcare or something to maybe go and... I think she wants to be a midwife.
Yeah.
But looking at that, she wants to do midwifery, so I think it's 2 years at college, and then I think it's a minimum of 5 years at uni.
Yeah. Long
7
time.
years, is she going to stick it out for 7 years? I wouldn't expect her to, because I don't think I would.
No.
I got to 3 years of doing, when I did the sports science degree, and what I should have done now, when I think of it, is stayed on another year, done a PhD, stayed on another year, done a master's, because the lad who I lived with at the time, I think it was one of his mates, he'd stayed on and done it all.
Yeah.
He works at Liverpool now.
Yeah,
He's in S&C with Liverpool. So that little extra bit
Would have taken
probably
you
would have taken me
further.
to where I needed to be. Like I was promised jobs here. I worked for Sale Sharks. There's all these little bits. I thought I want to be in an elite setting. That's what I want to do. And then it finished, and it was literally like everyone was like, "Yeah, I'm not speaking to them no more." It went dead, and I was like, "I can't get a job anywhere." But you forget, like at that time, I think 220 graduated my course that day.
Yeah.
How many universities is there?
Yeah, it was like we were just saying, wasn't it? It's like
And
percentages.
how many jobs in sports science is there? Do you know what I mean?
But like you say, it's in percentages. Like you've just said there, pretty much for everyone out there is how many was on your course?
We started, like you said before, it started at 270 something. I think it finished. Graduated was 220.
How many universities round the country do that same course?
There's two universities in Liverpool that do the same course.
They do the same course.
Yeah.
So if you say 400 people are coming out, it's like you say when you
Minimum.
go to engineers, we've got three colleges, probably three main manufacturers. When I went to college, we started with 33 and 18 finished, and I know for a guarantee at least 6 of them now aren't in the industry anymore. It's like you say the percentages and the numbers. It makes sense,
Back
but
then, like probably when your dad started doing it, engineers were 10 a penny.
Yeah.
Everyone just fixed their own thing and did their own thing, and they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And then it sort of got to a point where people weren't going to college and doing these degrees.
you should do better.
Got to make. Why don't you be a doctor or be an astronaut? There's loads more money in that. And it changed that. That then changed that everyone needs money.
Yeah.
They need to earn more money. And I've done it a little bit. I chased money for a little bit. It's not worth it.
Doesn't make you
Not
any
worth-
happier.
It doesn't, because the thing is, you only live to your means.
Yeah.
So you start earning more, you start spending more. Let's go and buy a fancy car. Why? Because I earn more money than I can.
Yeah.
I don't need it. You don't need it. You know what I mean? It's
It's like so
Well, I was actually-
let's go and get a fancy car so I can show my neighbour.
Yeah.
Big bucks.
where I am. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's all of them. Go on, sorry.
No, I was gonna say about that. It's not all about money, is it? Like work-life balance. I say it's not 10 times better now where you work. Work-life balance, because when you were here, it could be 10 o'clock at night,
I say that was different.
7 o'clock at night.
That was different when I was here. I earned a good screw, and I had a good time doing what I was
Well,
doing.
yeah, I suppose.
So the balance was right.
Yeah,
I know we
yeah.
had days. I think when I was here, was it the World Cup or Euros was on?
Yes, it was
England
the
were
World
playing.
Cup
It was like
actually.
a Tuesday something. And I remember we sat in here, and your dad was like, "Right, tomorrow, don't come in."
Yeah.
It's like, what? He's like, "I'll pay you. Don't come in. The football's on." It's like, all right, Sam.
Yeah.
So then you had a day off for no real reason. I watched the football.
Yeah.
But just give me a day off. So like this was a real big like the balance it gave me was good.
Yeah.
So I just ring her up and was like, look, I'm not being a late one. Joe's snapped a bolt in Northampton.
Let's not talk about that one.
Story for another time. Podcast number 6. But it worked really well, and like that was never a problem here.
Yeah.
I mean, when I moved away from here, I moved to companies that were a little bit further away, so travel became a thing. Again, money went up, but never put me in a better position. And now I've moved along where I moved along to. Again, I'm earning a good screw, but the balance of this at the minute's right.
Yeah,
Literally, I live 10 minutes away from the depot.
That's your main one, isn't it? Yeah. You're home
Especially-
for the kids. If
yeah,
anything
I was gonna
happens,
say
you're
with
not
kids
on
as
the
well.
doorstep.
I'm home at 5.
You can be involved with the kids. You got the
And
option.
the
yeah.
thing is, like when I was working for Morris obviously up in Bredbury, it's 40 minutes minimum.
Without traffic.
Without traffic. If she rings me and says the kid's legs fell off,
What
I'm
you
40
know?
minutes away.
Yeah,
I'm coming,
yeah.
but I'm 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
Now, I can be home in literally 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Short
yeah,
in the day, short because there's no traffic.
Yeah.
So the balance is set right. Like I said, the money's good. Don't get me wrong. Like earning good money's good.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't quite as good, it's still a better situation, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's
Again,
a happier life.
The job I was at, there was no problem with it. There was never an issue with it. Again, it was a bit further away, but the money was alright.
Yeah.
Other than if this hadn't come up, if they hadn't phoned me, I probably would have still been there.
Yeah.
Or pecking euros for a job. Innit? I can be your accountant. I'm really quick on a keyboard. I promise. But it's the balance. That I've got the balance right now. Like saying before about we were away last week. And those small moments, like we stood, the fireworks are going off, and wow, Disneyland's amazing. And look down, the kids are asleep. I've got a beer in my hand. She's got a glass of champagne, and I've stood and just said, like, this is why I do it. This is why I go to work. Being happy. Say finding that balance of being happy, and then in that moment you go, this is why I do it. I get up in the morning and I get out of bed and think, right, we go again. Do it again. And then if it is only a day, 4 days, 2 weeks, whatever holiday you do, in the moment she can be like, this is it. Looking at my kids' faces, they're both buzzing. She's dressed up,
giving them the experience they've got.
Giving them. The thing is, like, I never went without when I was a kid. I had a really good upbringing. We had what we wanted when we wanted it. And I want to be able to do it for my kids. So if I can put myself in a position where I can earn good money, having the right balance of life still anyway, well, perfect. My kids are growing up with what they want. You know, the Disneyland thing was a massive thing for us. Saying standing there to see him, you know, we went and met Spider-Man. Someone was buzzing. He was like, that's Spider-Man, that's Spider-Man. And I was like, I know something, Spider-Man. And then you turn around and Iron Man's at the top. And it was just amazing. And that's why you do it.
Or you could be earning, you could be doing all the hours under the sun, never seeing your kids, earning mega money and driving a nice car. What's the point?
Giving them a kiss on when you get home, giving them a kiss on the head and they're already asleep.
I say I've been in that position. Like I have had times where it's like that, and I think this is getting a bit much. I think maybe we'd had like a couple of weeks where we'd done a couple of lates, we've been away, and it's like it's taking its toll. This. But I never. When I was with you, I never thought it was like this needs to change. I enjoyed the job, but it was like you go a week where you do like a couple of 14-hour days. And you're like,
you get that breakdown at 4:45, and it's
always on a Friday. That's the one. That's the world. It's painful, and you think like finally you get a normal finish, and then breakdown comes. You say, "Fuck's sake!" And then you have to work the Saturday because it trails over. It gets painful sometimes, doesn't it?
That's it.
You do think sometimes, why am I doing this? You know what I mean?
It's hard work.
It's well better now. Own your own business. You can see the progression. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like we were saying. It's not necessarily worth it, but it's stands you in the right stead. Doing that extra day is beneficial to us.
It is not. I mean, I always said working with yous. I think you especially was destined for this, to do it on your own. I've worked with lots of people now. Again, I'm not a job whore, I promise. I've worked with lots of people.
Keep reiterating it.
I promise I'm not.
If anyone does want to give me a job after these, sack me. Send your CV over. But no, working, like I say, I work with a lot of people. And anybody I've worked with since, it sounds really gay. This is like a little. This is a nice moment. I've always said you are the best engineer I've ever worked with. Because of what I achieved with you in such a short space of time. I always knew.
Got a bit of brown shit.
Well, let's go around everyone. Me, my mate Snap, and my mate Sam.
I'll say that's a compliment.
I think yous are destined for this, and I think. You've been in a really good position, like with Sam. You know,
massively,
To
where can you get that
this,
experience?
That's what I mean. Like now, you're in a position where you're running your own business. You know, having that extra day, right? Let's work a Saturday. Let's get it done. Only in time, you're going to see the benefits of it. You are. Say having that drive and that motivation, and at times you ooze it, and it's like. You know, mate, chill out. Everyone likes a job. He's got the piston, he's like, come on in. Stop it. But you've got to have it. You've got to have that. But having that balance is right. And I think owning his own business, you can do that. You can definitely create that.
I'm going to say we're going for a brew break. But while we're going for a brew break, do you want to promote Hyundai anyway? Give a little advertisement.
I suppose we can do. So, you'll see it on the cup, if you can see it on the cup, Hyundai Power Products. I'm also known as the Power Site. So Hyundai Power Products is the main brand, Hyundai Gem Power, the main brand. My store is the Power Site, if you go on the powersite.co.uk. That's all sort of, I do refurbish.
Is that just your site?
The Power Site is my branch.
Right, no, I'll put it in the description for you.
Yeah, so the Power Site is my branch. I sell new machinery. New machinery comes out of there, but we do graded refurbished machinery. So stuff like unused returns, failed deliveries, basically anything that's been sold before, I can't resell as brand new. I've got to resell it as a refurb machine. So it comes back to me, my engineers check it over, it gets resold again. As you boys know, it comes at a discounted price.
Very good price.
It is,
the price is different. You'll see if you go online, so if you go on the Power Site, you'll see a price. Straight away, my store's 10% cheaper. So you save money that way. And then on the graded refurb stuff, it's cheaper anyway again. The warranty is really good, the machine's really good. I think if anybody wanted to know, if anybody's watching this and knows yous, they can come to you and say, like, is that any good?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
No, it is top
I'll
stuff.
give my honest opinion.
Yeah, it is top stuff. You say it's not second hand, you know what I mean? It's basically brand new.
And I've had that discussion before. People are like,
yeah.
well, somebody else said it's like, no, it's been to somewhere. It never got there.
Yeah.
It came back to me. The box is still wrapped as brand new. I've got it out. It's brand new. Put it back in again and sell it.
Yeah.
But it'll save 20% of the retail price.
Yeah.
They're like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And when they come and they see it, they're like, oh, right, makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anybody I ever deal with, if you're going to phone me and ask me about a machine, I'm going to tell you, no, come to the shop.
Yeah.
Because when you get in the shop, I can give it you can poke it, you can feel it, throw it about, and you know then what the machine's
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time was your opening times?
So Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. So the phone's always on. We're on. Well, they've got the page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Obviously, my Facebook's there as well, so people do find me. They can message me about it. It's always on. It's always open. We're there. Come and see us. I mean, we're tucked away a little bit.
You sell toolboxes,
Everything.
steam cleaners,
Power
generators.
tools,
If you can think of
JCB,
it.
power tools.
So the majority of our stuff obviously is our own.
Yeah.
But we've taken on JCB and Shapak. Shapak's a lot of like the garage sort of handyman, do-it-yourself type jobs.
German stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is real good, actually.
Really good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Again, doesn't cost the earth.
Yeah.
The JCB stuff, it's JCB stuff. It's good stuff. It is. The stuff I do, the stuff we sell sort of sits in line with DeWalt, Makita.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
One of
cost
the
the
top
earth.
brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good little thing, and we're still growing, still pushing the brand. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to get the recognition of us, who we are, what we do. So the more people tell people, like I said to you, like go out and tell people about me.
Yeah.
If you go out, here's some discount cards, give them to someone because then it'll get somebody in.
Yeah.
So I'm there. So we've been there a couple of years.
So if
now,
you pop by the shop, speak to Charlie, you will get a discount card.
I can sort it out.
Yeah.
Just say you come from Kanuber.
Price is going up 10%. You're getting charged twice.
No, I'll link your site and that in the description of the videos and that.
Appreciate it's good.
No worries. Right, I'm going for a break then.
Hi, welcome back to part 2 of the podcast with me, Big Chazza.
I like that. Refueled.
I'll do every re-intro you want. Just voice me in.
Just yeah.
Hello, welcome back to the podcast.
Right, we're back then. Piss and brew break.
We're back.
Sorted.
Aye.
We're back.
What are you talking about?
My hand still smells like my cock.
That taste is not very good. To be honest, the taste. You could have washed it before.
It's been a long day. Yeah. You jacking? You good?
Where were we going? What was we talking about?
Can't remember. To be honest with you. I had a few questions, but you answered it at the end about what the job entails and equipment you work for and that.
Yeah. Again, I think the motto that they go for is if you can think it, we're probably going to
We'll
build it.
sell it, yeah.
We'll probably build it for you, sir. Got everything. They do everything. It's a pretty niche company, like they got what they do.
It is good stuff. It really is good stuff. I was impressed.
And they look after you.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
I'm not making everybody a brew, don't tell them that. Right,
He's just made a coffee for us.
I'm the guest on set and I make the brew. What is this? Is just...
Yeah, the one thing that never falls out of my head is one of the first jobs, was it? We went to Perfleet to build Sunny Reach Stacker up.
That was day 4, I think.
Was it day 4?
Monday was like introduce it, come in and see everybody, meet everybody. Yeah, it's good. And then I think Tuesday was van day.
Yeah.
When we got the good old dispatch.
Yeah.
Wednesday I think was like rig up, tools, sort out, and then it was like, right, Wednesday night, can Sam put you up in the morning? I was like, yeah, that's I'll tell you what, you pick Sam up at the unit. What time? 3:30. I was like, Jesus. No, in the morning. What? He's going to Perfleet. What for? You're going to build a reach stacker. Right. Yeah, right. No worries. See you at 3:30, Sam. And then, yeah, the trip down to Perfleet.
It's a long old drive, I think, that day.
Is that brand new machine?
Definitely got to know each other. We just
It's like, hello. The first day was like, hello. And then by the end of that drive back, we were like, way, the boys. Rolled out like bad boys on site. Slow mode in. Everyone's like, what are these two doing? Come to build a reach stacker. I had no idea what I was doing. He knows.
Was it a brand new machine?
Brand new machine.
Yeah.
And we met an engineer, one of their engineers on site, wasn't it?
What was his name?
Ooh, you're pushing me there.
Not Nick, was it?
It was.
Was it Nick?
It was Nick, yeah.
I remember kind of like turned in, there it was like a gaggle of blokes, there was a genie, I remember there was a Z50 sat there,
Yeah.
the machine sat in, and then other bits of trucks flying about, the crane was in, it was like, right, we're having it, we're going here. I was like a little kid, me, I was like, this is unbelievable. And then it started, didn't it? So, to be fair, it worked at the beginning, it worked out quite nice, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it went downhill.
Very well.
Quite quickly.
We got the boom rigged up on the crane in position. We get the first pin in, or was it the first pin? It was the first pin.
It was
Mass
this
pin,
side
boom
or the
pin,
back
yeah.
mass pin. Or was it the back boom pin, I think?
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
I remember because it was like, because I was keen, and I was like, I've got to impress, like, Sam's clearly the guy to impress here. Sam, it's okay, mate, I'll hold the hammer. Pass me this big fuck off hammer. I was like, yeah, here we go. I remember like the pin was going and going. Like, it was funny because, like, again, I didn't know any crane signals, but I was like, hey, pal, just a pinch. Just a pinch. The guy in the crane's like, the fuck is this? Really? And then it happened. It was like ding, ding. It went, and it was great. And then I think
it bounced. It must have been. It mustn't have been quite.
it was the truck at the front, if you remember.
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
The crane on the top, and then I think it was a 14 ton or something.
Yeah.
Just ever so slightly dropping. And it obviously gone in the time of me swinging the hammer, and it just hit the webbing. Mate, this pin, forgetting like the pin's the same size as my head.
Yeah.
And weighs a
fair
lot.
pin.
It weighs a lot. And it just went. And I was in a bit of a promiscuous position. And I like my leg up the back of it, and like a porno position. Bang the thing, and I've just seen the pin come out. I was like, I wonder where that's going to end up. Like, in my brain, it slowed it down, then it went ding off the machine, and then went ding off my shin. Oh, and I remember that Imsy was like, don't cry.
It went near white.
It's funny because, like, you paused and was like, oh, God. I remember getting down, I was like, I'm all right. And then once the blood sort of started going around, I was like, I'm all right. I'm all right. I have to go to the hospital. I genuinely thought I broke my leg.
Yeah.
And I thought, I remember sitting, because Sam was like, go on, sit in the van, you'll be fine, have a minute. And everyone's coming over like, you all right? I was like, I'm fine. And when everybody went, I was like, I am not fine. I feel sick. I just felt awful. Like, genuinely, my leg, I've still got like the lump.
I bet you still got it.
But then I remember, the first thing I remember, Sam was like, it's all right, Paul, I'll drive back. Thinking, fucking driving my van. Putting your dirty boots in my footwell, no chance. So I drove back the night as well.
You did drive that, yeah.
But for weeks, mate.
Well, we stayed as well because there was a few spots of rain, wasn't there? And yeah, the engineer, the dealer's engineer. Oh, I've got another job in, and he was gone. That was about all he said.
Just disappeared. It's like, oh, so we're finishing this thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, after that sort of small hiccup,
Yeah.
it went all right, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Together. Other than that, truck kept dropping.
Yeah.
Every 5 flats, you were down off the stacker and just back up. Little bit. But after that, I mean, because we wired all the spread and stuff as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did all the piping, all the wiring.
Rigged all that up as well.
Yeah. We
tidy little job.
completed it, yeah.
The tidy job, that one. That
got the
sticks.
job done.
Sticks in my mind.
Do you have calibrate it?
He came back to calibrate. They wouldn't give us the information to do it.
Bastard,
Yeah. We got a parts manual.
No, we didn't.
Got robbed.
We did
Oh, yeah. We had it for a brief.
for a small period.
The first week of working with Charlie must have been the worst.
So there was my broken leg, definitely broken, 100%. And then my little ginger friend, wherever he may be, downstairs, he spewed up in my van. Had I bought seat covers at that point?
No, I don't think we
Don't
had.
think I got
We were
the
at
seat
Universal, I think. when
Yeah,
that
I ain't got
happened,
the seat covers in, so young Snap spewed in the van. It's like, okay.
A dog, by the way. A dog.
He spewed, and then the third one was so the van got broke into, didn't it?
Yeah,
Remember,
one of the
that was the worst morning of my life. I remember I woke up, and it's got the van's got two side doors, hasn't it?
yeah.
So I used to park it at home. Again, I don't live in a scumbag area.
No.
The funny thing is I've got CCTV, and I parked the van on the drive, so I'd back it right up to the garage door. Back doors couldn't be opened. Right against the wall on the drive, so you couldn't open one side door. And then the other side door, my toolbox was against it, so if they opened it, you were never going to get in.
Yeah.
At the time, everyone was on with my little box on it.
It was only a little red
red
stripe
snap
on
on
one,
one.
A little stamp, but it had lots of your bits in it as well.
Yeah.
And I remember I woke up and come round the side, and I had to spin the bins to get the van off the drive. And I looked, and if you remember that, I had that little box, the little motorbike
Yes,
box.
that had all the big spanners in, I think,
all
at the
the
time.
stuff at the time, yeah. And the lid for that was on the floor outside the van, and I was like, "What? I don't understand that." I literally parked on the drive and went in and opened the back up, and then it dawned, and I looked, and I could see the door was just cracked a little bit. I was like, okay. fucking van's been done here. My tour's on the back. Sam's tour's on the back. I've worked for this guy for a week. His van's been broke into. But there was no like mad damage. Like,
No,
the van wasn't peeled or out.
No.
And then so I opened it, and it was like really weird, specific stuff that had been taken. Basically, stuff to break into somebody else's van. There's nothing in it. What am I supposed to do with that? It was like a pair of wire strippers, a little crowbar,
Yeah.
the fucking Sanny manual.
Someone admit, as long as you can read Chinese, you're gonna make a fucking.
To be fair, to the bloke that did it, like, if you haven't made a business for yourself fixing Sannies, you're a retard. 'Cause you've got it all in that book. All of it was in that book. See, I think that was dark as well. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning once I did the cameras over and stuff. See the way they did it. It was like the smallest of movements. I mean, in the midst of doing it all, one bloke tapped his robber friend on the shoulder and was like, "Hey, look, he's got cameras." He was maybe like, "Oh yeah, that's yeah." Anyway, we're breaking into his van. I was amazed by it. By it.
The time that they were in and out is.
Oh man,
Mental.
both sides. Both side doors popped. I mean, after that, it was rigged on it, rigged up to death.
Yeah.
You weren't getting in it.
You wouldn't break into it now. No.
No, not a chance.
But you say that was like potentially the worst week
start.
starting a new job. Broken into a van, sicky dog, and broken tip and fib. It's a good week. It was a good week. As weeks go, it was good.
Trial of fire.
I was on plain sailing after that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, some of the other stuff. I mean, how far down into it was Cardiff?
That was only a few months in. That I think.
Yeah, it wasn't long after.
God, what a job! What a job!
Horrific, wasn't it?
That
Was it
amazing.
that? What machine?
It's
It
on
was,
empty on it. Cat one.
yeah, Cat V 500. I want to say.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
bigger. Yeah,
60 ton. Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Empty. And I remember we got there first, and we got there. What time did we get there?
We got there late afternoon because we travelled down the day before, didn't we? To
recce the job up.
yes, pretty much loosen everything off and lube everything up.
That was your thing. Let's get in, get a Finley. We'll get on site, meet the people, and then sort of plan for the day after, because we were up and out on site for 6 the following morning.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of said like, right, we'll get the swan neck off first, then we'll do the mast, and we'll do whatever else needs to come to it. And it just didn't go to
I
plan.
don't think one
at all.
pin decided to come out, did it?
Well, if you remember, we used the stillies on the
Tilt
rams,
rams.
on the tilt rams. It was like a stilly with a scaffy tube. And a pair of us winding them off.
We wound it out the anchor because we wound it out the anchor.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because the pin wouldn't wouldn't budge it, like it did not move at
not
all.
a single bit.
It was solid. It must have been sat, well, it was on a port, so it was rotten. It must have been sat for.
I mean,
He admitted, how long was it? 5-6 years? It had not turned
5
away.
years, I think. Not turned away. 5 years. The thing is, you knew straight away because there was like grass growing out of it. It was more of a fucking feature than a machine. Look at my plant pot. 60 tons of cat. What are you doing?
Fucking hell.
I said that the machine itself was due to go to Africa, wasn't it? So we were stripping it.
Yeah.
Wagon was taking it down to Southampton. We were going to go back, rebuild it on the boat pretty much, and then bosh off to Africa.
Yeah.
I say it just didn't give, did it?
Nothing went to plan.
So in the end, it was kind of got to like what?
We were supposed to be there a day.
At the end of day one, it was like, yeah, it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah.
And then the second day again, it just
Wasn't.
nothing worked. Not a single. I remember like the first day, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll check because the crane had got the mast. I was like, he's like, I've got the weight. Sound. So he's like, well, why has got the weight? We'll check the mast pins and get them out. And it was like, ding, no, ding, no. We kind of like bypassed that at the time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then your favourite friend came
Oh
along.
Yeah. Cheerful Charlie.
What a guy he was. At that moment, I turned from being an engineer into being like a small therapist. Okay, Sammy, chill out. Don't kill the man. Put the spanner down, No, put the burning gear away.
Fucking hell. He knew how to push buttons, let me
You
tell
do
you.
get some cocks though, don't you?
Oh, God.
Mate, I understand he's got a job to do.
Yeah.
There's a way of doing it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's strolling onto the site like cock at a shop. He's like fucking opal glasses on. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Taking a truck apart, you pins, what do you think I'm doing? And from that point, then the minute it was like Sam's red, I went, boom, he's a knob. He's having it. And it just started there then. So even the crane driver, to be fair, he was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
So I know he's got a job to do, but there's a way of doing
To make it awkward,
Yeah.
and
He did, he made it awkward, didn't he?
Very,
From
very
the
awkward,
get-go.
yeah. I could have quite happily poked you in the eye. To say it politely.
Verbal use of that is obtuse.
Obtuse, yeah.
He's a slightly obtuse man. Yeah, we got it apart in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, it came apart.
Some persuasion and
Yeah,
some heat.
yeah.
So you know, it's like when you're on site, you've got to do a job, you've got to get it done, and it's like, this is what we're doing, and I'm like, you know what, I'm like around burning torches. I don't like fire. Fire is not my friend. So I'm like rigged up, got goggles on, bottles of water, and he's like in a real promiscuous place. Like, Sammy, this is not a good idea. It's not. It's like, nah, Chazza, we'll be right. We'll be right. Okay. So every like 8 seconds, I'm like, spraying a bit of water. He's like, what are you doing? I thought it was on fire. My eyes. Panic, mate. For a good hour, just panic. You just get like popping out the old mask up. All right. Yeah. Off we went again.
I had a nozzle that quite wasn't big enough to go through the whole pin.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I burned through most of the pin, didn't I? And then realised it wouldn't go deep enough. So I burnt through the other side of the pin to realise that it wouldn't quite meet in the middle.
Like, because did we cut the web out?
I had to cut the webbing off in the end just to get the master. They were screaming, weren't they? I can't have the crane anymore, and transport needs to go. It's got to be off today. So I cut the webbing.
Yeah,
Trying to help it.
So we were due to follow it and we didn't follow it down in the end. It's gutting really because it'd been nice to do the
Build it back up.
from there to there.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Like we were saying before about sort of end user stuff and
Yeah.
making that ready for them. And we're kind of like, there's your truck. It's in bits. What can you do?
No, you got to get it apart, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think that was probably the two biggest jobs that we did together, weren't they?
Yeah, I'd say so.
My personal favourite with you was the Northampton job.
Cracker. What a cracker. Quite literally. Cracker.
Literally a cracker.
Wait, what was it? That was at Coney Greens. It's an empty one. Empty reach
It was
tracker.
two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one we worked on.
Well, I won't mention the site. Big,
No, don't.
big site, big firm.
Big company. Apologies for the downtime.
Yeah.
But again, the guy worked in there. What was it? He was from.
Coopers.
Yeah. What was his name?
Yeah.
What's his name, Nick?
Can't remember.
I never met him, I don't think.
He's a nice fella.
Nice fella, yeah.
Nice fella. So, but that was a head strip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember like sat in a position and Joe was like, yeah, just put a bit of pressure on the bar. Yeah, no worries. And we're like, everything's kind of loose. We're like, all the head bolts are out. Everything's off. It should come this. We mooched for ages, didn't we?
Yeah.
Ages mooched around it. And then eventually just like one bar on it and it went pop.
It's off.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just tight. On the dowels, and we like, oh, cracking. Yeah.
Was that the first day?
Yeah, that was the first day. Yeah.
Brilliant. Heads off.
We got stuck in traffic on the way as well for like hours.
The M6.
Stopped, didn't it?
Yeah.
Stopped
We stopped at Birmingham. We were at Birmingham on the bridge,
Yeah.
just out the van, looking over the side of the
dead.
bridge. You know, fine, it's great, isn't it, in the sun?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, but yeah. And then it popped. We thought, I'll be alright.
Brilliant. Heads off. Bring it back. Was it you or was it?
We took it to Wilbur.
Oh,
Wilbur noticed. Yeah, and he was like,
yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. You do realise you've snapped a banjo bolt, it's a fuel rail. You're like, what?
Oh no.
And the penny drops like, shit. That was the pop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, rewind a little bit. Wilbur, mate, he is
Fucking shit hot.
Outstanding.
Shit
What a
hot.
man.
Yeah.
If you get into a conversation about an engine, mate, he will tell you everything.
Yeah.
Very,
What a
very
man.
That is a well knowledge, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I put my hand up to drop anything off there. Just
Yeah.
have the conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fucking brilliant.
Because as soon as you open the door, it's like, what? It's like a toy shop.
Yeah.
Bits of stuff. He's like, what's that? He's like, that's a 1960 this. That's a 9. How do you know all this?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Crazy man. Crazy.
Top
man.
bloke.
But he was like just a casual. You do realise you've snapped this, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's we meant to do that. Shit. How did we not even see? Because it wasn't even like it wasn't tucked away anywhere. It was right in front of us. But it was there. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, and then, did you try and make us one?
I think we had
made
the
one
piece
just guessing.
left,
Yeah.
and I made it what I thought was the right length. Yeah.
So it was a banjo bolt, wasn't it? It had drillings to it because it was fuel rail.
And it
wasn't
was
it?
a
It's one of
right
those-
fine metric thread.
Yeah, scan your engine with individual heads on it, and the fuel
That's
rail
it,
ones
yeah.
along the side. And
Do you know what? It was a nice engine to work on that. Like,
It was
stripping
actually.
It was nice to do it.
Yeah.
Single heads. It's not like you're
There's only
lifting
like-
a big lump.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
six.
Nice.
There's a solenoid, your rockers, and then 6 head bolts, and it's a
Yeah.
piece of piss, really.
It was nice
Great
to do.
design, actually. I like it.
Yeah.
It is a great design if you remember that the banjo bolts in.
Yeah,
Comes through the fuel rail, which is under the intake. manifold.
it's not the best place to put a fuel
No,
rail.
We
no.
discussed this before. Time serve engineers. You learn on the job all the
Yeah,
time. Mistakes happen. Other things.
The best one with that one, though, is we were going down, weren't we? We said it leaking water, wasn't it? And they're going down, it's not the head gasket. It's not the head gasket. It's like, all right, yeah, no worries. Got there. And even a bloke on site was like, it's not the head gasket. I've seen it, it's not the head gasket. I don't know why they've got used down, but it's not the head gasket. Even scanned it, it's not the head gasket. And pushed the cab forward, didn't we? Started up. It was bubbling out the head. I was like, it's a fucking head gasket.
I remember he was like, Charles, come here. I was like, what? It's like, Yeah, it's the head gasket. We're all fucking 3 hours ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's the head gasket.
Bubbling out the side, and it was like, yeah, it's head gasket, that. Yeah. Not the head gasket. Fuck, it is.
People's opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
And we did that, and then we come back up, didn't we? You had a go at doing us one.
Yeah.
We took that back with us because was it the day after we did that? Because how long did Will Rabbit 4 had the head for?
He had it he had it a while.
And we got
Only a
that
couple of
done.
days.
No,
I
it
think.
wasn't a while actually. No, but it was a couple of days, and then we went back up with that one.
With the
Yeah,
Sammy
one
made
fit.
bolt.
And then we went to Scania round the corner.
Literally,
Can you get
throw
us
a
one
stone
of them?
at it?
Yeah. Can you get one of them? No. It's like, need engine details like I got them. They're not the right ones. It's a serial number and a fucking model.
Do you want me to go and show you the engine?
You know, they're taking all pictures and
Literally,
measured
like,
it.
open your door, mate. It's there.
Yeah.
That broken down there. That's it.
Yeah. It took him ages, and then he said, "Oh yeah, we found it now. We can order one in."
No, if you remember before, we drove around Northampton for fucking 2
Oh
hours.
fuck me! Yeah,
There's
every
only like
garage.
million places. Anything.
Make one,
Trying
yeah.
to find mate. Remember the little estate we drove into?
Yeah.
They drove one door and was like, "Ooh, this looks a bit dodgy." Turn the
Oh
door
no!
up.
It was. I went in. It said they were fabricators or something. I went in. It was like full of shit. Like ran to the door. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Hello?" And the bloke came out was like, "Go away, go!" I was like, "Whoa!"
The speed he come out and go, Charles, go, Charles.
I was like, I just did a bolt maker. He was like, "Are you a liquidator?" I was like, "Oh fuck no!" I just did a bolt maker. He was like, "No, I've had liquidators and all day." I was like, "Fuck you! I'll get back in van."
It was like 2 hours of cocking about, and that was like, I just want to go home now.
Yeah.
What are we doing? But then that was like the second time we've been, and then we had to come back, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then when Scandi said, "Oh, the bolt's in," drive back down there, refit it, and to be fair, we put it back together. And it was fine,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was
That was one job and a half. Fucking hell,
I
yeah.
mean, to be fair, I mean, like that one we did it. Is it mould? Did the brakes on that old Boss?
Side loader.
Yeah. They
Oh,
got the other one.
outside of Wrexham,
Wales. Yeah.
So I've been down there a couple of times on my own. I remember driving down thinking, I don't know what I'm doing with this job. I remember your dad telling me, it's like, it's this truck, it's this old, I'll have this, I'll have this. It's like, yeah. And then it went in there, and by the time I got in the van, I was like, it's Tuesday. Hey, John. No, I don't know what you said. And I just kind of went for it. And I love your dad saying, be right, you'll be right. You'll be right. It's like,
Everything will be
I'll be
right.
right. Driving, I'm thinking, I'll be right. And when I got out, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And where I was, signal was crap.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere. And the guy, I mean, to be fair, the guys there are like, they're good blokes. Like,
Yeah, sound
don't
as
know
well.
about the machines. Like, so there's not even anybody I could ask.
Yeah,
Hold of
yeah.
anybody. I scratch him out thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think the second time when you come with me,
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
little bit of, it eased it a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, like the young whippersnapper coming in. Slow me. Yeah. But again, that was another good, because it was tucked away, wasn't it? Like tucked right up against the corner.
Yeah, they buried it in with a load of steel, hadn't they?
Remember, they cut the pipes, hadn't they?
Yeah, they cut the brake pipes,
Cut the
yeah.
brake
The
pipes, yeah.
brakes were sticking on, so they just cut the brake pipes.
That solves everything.
And then months later, they rang me, the brakes are shit on, it's not working. I was like, I can see why. They're not on.
We were mooching at first, like, what on earth is it? Oh. You do realise that? Oh, yeah, I snipped them. What the fuck? Is it
Okay, no.
People's behind you.
the brakes didn't stick then at all.
No.
They got the other one, wasn't they? The one we refurbed.
Yeah, they
got
did
a
actually, yeah.
335, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right,
still going that side deal.
336 actually, didn't they get?
There's a gas, it was small one.
Little gas one, we got in.
Yeah.
I painted that one.
I know,
Yeah, they do.
Had the old Ford Pinto engine. Well, do you not remember that orange one that was here?
We put the engine, we manufactured the engine to go in.
Yeah,
Made
yeah.
a manifold.
Made the
in
Yeah,
there.
we built a
Yeah.
manifold out of box section. Yeah.
That was
Remember
something in
that?
truck.
Fucking
I was
hell.
like, can you just do handbrake cable on it? More on this fucking thing. Just sound fire, please.
That engine was shagged.
I never remember him saying he's bought it, and I thought, cracking truck that,
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
days.
Fairly
and it
modern
turned up with a pallet crate on the back, and I thought, it's a bit odd. So the pallet crate off, I lifted, there was no engine, and then I opened the crate to just see smashed pistons. Liners. Oh, God,
Fucking push
what a
rods were like
job.
S's, weren't they? It's like, wow.
So bad.
Fucking hell. Ed was smashed and thought,
So
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
It literally manufactured that. It's just a manifold that we made for it.
We made the
Well,
manifold.
we got an engine out of a still. If you
Yes.
remember, took the generator off it and everything, changed all the bits. Well,
Yeah.
we rebuilt it actually, didn't we? We put rings and everything in it.
Did it have rings? Did
We did something on it. I remember taking it apart,
I think it
rebuilding
was,
the engine.
yeah, rings,
yeah.
shells and egg gasket.
Yeah, remanufactured all like engine mounts and everything. Yeah, made a new manifold out of box section. That was a cracker.
It was the coolest little truck.
Oh, it was mint.
And it started and it didn't like quite have a tailpipe. It was like wham, wham. It's like, what? The door didn't shut and you had no handbrake. It's fucking brilliant. I snapped the wheel on one of the studs, didn't I?
Yeah.
Snapped.
Brand new stud.
What is...
Just carried on, didn't
Just out of that, I think I'll just do it now. Kill me now. Brand new as well.
Brand new wheel stud.
Everything off. Because I did the brake shoes on it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Do you have them relined? Got relined shoe. Everything was just new.
Like holding clips and retaining clips.
Everything. But what's the thing on the top?
Oh, cylinder.
Oh, sleeve
The
cylinder.
cylinder thing.
Yeah.
All that replaced. It was like, this is brilliant.
Wheel cylinder, sorry. For
Wheel
Karens
cylinder.
out there.
Yeah.
Karen. And then say that drum went back on. Oh, put the studs on. Yeah. Put that on. That was a bit light. Just pull my socket and I was like,
There's nothing worse.
Oh,
is there?
fucking horrible, yeah.
Nothing worse.
Just at the end of
The
the
day
job
that
as
drove
well.
off the pit, I think I've got a picture of it loaded in the back of a wagon.
You have actually, yeah.
Sense of achievement like that.
Yeah.
that was literally like, it had everything in it.
Yeah,
It had
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Well, if you remember rightly, we took all the control cables out, redid all the insides of them, cleaned them all up.
Yeah.
There's
I had a lot of work, that thing. A lot of hours on it.
Yeah.
It's still going.
I don't know where it went. It went
No, I
to
don't know where it
a
went.
higher fleet, I think, somewhere. So I'm assuming it's still out there.
So they were the two silos. What else did we have? We had that little heist that we got in.
Now that was a good job.
Belted.
The best job about
Oh, I mean, you mashed it up.
the first time, I think you serviced it. Was it service it? And you put the transmission filter on, and the comment when you take the transmission filter off, the seal sticks to the top of the transmission, doesn't it? And he was like, "Yeah, we're all ready to go with it." I was like, "All right, we'll back out and get it cleaned up, then we get it in for paint." And he started it. I was thinking, "Where's that coming from?" Right? It was just spraying out everywhere. Wasn't it? It wasn't Charlie's finest. Now it must have been a long day.
It happens.
It does
It's
happen.
experience.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
And if it
yeah.
happens to you, don't beat yourself up about it. I didn't go and cry in a corner. I'll be fine. Muster on. It happens.
It does.
I never
Well,
got
no,
that's bringing it back up. I mean, it's just no need. But I was saying about you were the best engineer. You get
That we turned out a good truck. Same again, we
was
did
a bad
everything on that. Brakes got done,
painted the lot.
painted, service, belts. I can't think what it was. A lot. No, it come in powder coated place, was it? It wouldn't start. we did gas rigs on it.
Yeah.
Did a lot, yeah.
They've done some. To be fair, some of the refurb jobs were good ones. I mean, the Calmar that these are running now.
Oh yeah, we did that one as well. Yeah.
Painted.
Fucking hell, that had some work into it, to be
Yeah.
fair.
That had
Yeah.
all the rear stair pins and stuff
And
done.
the
Yeah,
mask
yeah.
got sent. It got sent away? I think that didn't it? And straightened.
Yeah, it did,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
Yeah. Put
That's
new,
outside, didn't we?
Yeah.
welding new spigots in it and fucking all sorts,
That was
yeah.
some job, that.
That was, yeah.
It took some time.
Mm.
Every day coming in thinking, this is still here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I remember like your dad would say to you, like, do us a favour, just come get a list now of the things that are left to do. And every time the list comes, it got fucking bigger. Joe, fuck off! I don't want to work on this anymore. Stop it, please.
Yeah,
Means
fucking
it
hell,
cold.
what
So
a
that's
job.
the best truck in the yard that they're still running it.
Yeah.
And it shits over everything else.
Fucking does.
Well, that SMV that's made out of these.
Pretty much, yeah.
What was it? How long did you have it before we did the...
Oh
bent
my
the rear?
god!
Did
Well,
it
it came first in it off the wagon. It was
The tilt.
Won't start.
wouldn't start.
Yeah,
that
it
was
won't
first.
start, yeah.
There's a set of batteries. Then we did a list over it. There was tilt
Tilt
bearings
pins
were
and
smashed.
bushes. Yeah.
Steer pins were
Fucked.
yeah.
The actual swivel
Carriage
bushes.
rollers.
Yeah, carriage
Carriage
rollers,
rollers, yeah.
The actual swivel bushes.
yeah,
With the
were
chains on
squeaking.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then even now, it peels the top of the carriage, doesn't it?
it wears the back of the forklift
Yeah,
because
yeah,
when they're going into a stack of steel, they use it like you should use a forklift. It's move the forks in
recommended
and out.
guidance.
Yeah. And it tilts the fork and scrapes it along the carriage. So it's just eating the carriage.
Yeah,
right?
it just peels the steel up at the top
Honestly.
of the carriage. Oh, it's made out of shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Made out of shit.
They're nice. I mean, they look good.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
nice
yeah,
to
yeah.
sit in and they're air conditioned and you got radio. And...
Oh, no, if anyone was listening, SOV, fantastic machine.
Yeah, good engine, good
Spot on.
transmission, just
Yeah, yeah.
everything in the middle of it.
I'm telling you, this bag here, this is so they put this into the machine and it makes an SMV. Sponsored by Morrison's Fruit Jelly. That was a problem truck since it landed, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. And,
And then the aircon belts came off, and then it threw a fucking adjuster on the belt.
Yeah.
Fucking jeez. And then transmission faults.
The one at Suez was an S&P sim, was that one, it?
Yes, 25 to not 20.
What did we do on that? Was a shit transmission or something?
We did. Oh, and we come that day, it pulled, the prop had wound itself off and was hanging off underneath and pouring its transmission oil out everywhere. Can you come down and have a look? Tell us what's wrong with this. The cab was like, that there, it's not supposed to be like that. This bit,
it's supposed to be on this bit. It's not.
We were looking on to make a mess of it.
We did a collapsed wheel bearing on the back, if you remember one of them. One of the first jobs we did for him. Put wheel bearings in a stub on the back.
We had it.
No, it was a brand new stub, wasn't it? Yeah, bottom of the railhead, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. The fucking... Nobody hit his shoulder. He fell in the pit, didn't you? Hit your elbow. Fell in the pit. So when we got there, it was a couple of years ago, so it wasn't quite as big as this. It was little weedy Joe. And we got to get this fucking... It was 25 tonners, weren't they?
Yeah.
So a big lump of the stub axle in it on the back, trying to get it on. And you couldn't lift it good, just like... And he shit me pants.
The amount of poo that came out. So you have to live. He's like, just stand up the way. Mongol boy who's like... Just tying about some bianca.
No, I think in the end I got sleepers off because it was a railhead. There was sleepers against the thing when we got sleeper, and I rocked it side to side and put it on a new one. Yeah, but fucking hell.
Trick wise for doing something, the best thing I ever learned from you was the wheel trick with the bars.
The back,
You got a truck jacked up and you can't get it. It's like I ain't lifting that up, and just literally bump. Straight.
Yeah.
What
Two bars to shove it on with your head.
But yeah, though, the amount of even tyre fitters with the fishes. I still hands down. Okay, maybe not hands down. This might be a bit far. I reckon I can still get wheels on and off a machine faster than someone can with an IAB.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
100%.
I go for that. Not for me, for you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Shoulders still sore.
Yeah, and I do know the other one is talking about pits. The best one that Charlie did, or not the best one, it hurt. But do you remember when I stepped from under the van and you walked across the pit and the
I just remember the noise, like. Sam's just down on his knees. That was his head.
I remember that. Ow! What the fuck was that? And Sam came up with a black mark across his head.
Good job with friends.
I still remember the noise. It was like. It was like.
Quite accurate.
Steel toe.
As you can see, his stomach was covered. When I fell in the pit, was it walking backwards?
I can't remember.
You stepped over the pit, if you remember.
Missed the other side.
But you landed like that with your elbows on the thing.
Straight down.
That was bad, that.
Fucking hell.
That's a small pause. Like, hit
Don't cry. Do you remember when that boss was in there over the pit? We had a steel plate over the top of it. And we were playing with a rugby ball at the yard, weren't we? And you lobbed it. I was like, okay. And I fell in the pit. It just disappeared. And I got it though. I couldn't play in a workshop.
Yeah, rugby's not for workshop. Outside everything's the same level.
Yeah. It's all hypothetical, this. But yeah, I caught it though.
You did?
I just disappeared.
No, not a fullback.
It was just like they did it.
Go.
You're gone, Joe.
I don't remember that. There's just one leg stick.
Yeah, that was it. Okay,
Do you know what, that pit is a dangerous. But I've been in there so many times. Like I remember under the Kalmar, whizzing away like tidying up. Why is my ass getting so cold? It's not being good. What the fuck? He's around Samson with a bottle of brake cleaner. Have you got a cold hands? Yes, thank you. And that was it. Then it was like the games.
Oh, fucking hell. So we had some brake cleaner wars, didn't we?
I don't want to mix that brake cleaner, but you don't have to shoot far, does it? I sit in and shoot myself at home with it. And it started, and it was like every
little bit of flesh.
Yeah.
Get out!
There's a little hole drilled through the toilet as well. Through the wall. It's like, hey, every time someone's in there, what the fuck is that? Someone turned the light off and you get a cold knee. What the fuck?
Horrible
God,
people.
the time.
Horrible people.
I saw that the other day. We skived that truck off, and all the paint dust was in the bit.
Oh, God.
And he's grinding away.
No, the first
Was
one.
it welding a grind?
I took all the exhaust manifold off, and as old truck, all the bolts snapped. To get them out. Starts with them. 2 of them were really, really tight. So I welded the nuts on them. I thought, bring them out. Weld the nuts on, waiting for it to cool, like, get me spanner out, put it on it. I thought, fuck me, it's glowing in the pit. What's going on there? It was a light. The whole thing, I was like, shit.
You did it the other day. I don't know if you were grinding or welding, and I was stood just watching.
Grinding,
as
I
you
think,
do.
yeah.
And I looked like, fuck me, it's orange and bit. I looked down, it's like well, and it's like Sam. Some folks like, huh? Still over there, like they saw a fire in the pit. You are. It's like fucking.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, yesterday the same thing. Set a machine on fire. I went downstairs. One of my guys is pulling. I was like, it sounds like it wants to go. I was like, give it a bit of sniff. Just stick a bit of sniff down its front. It'll be fine. Pulling. Puff. And then it went. I just stood there. His face just lit up orange. I was like, shit. And then why did you panic? I'm not manager. Covering the camera up. Check. I was like, get the air gun. Get it. It's like, what? The gun thing. What? Get the air. Just wag it with your gun. So I'm panicking. This machine just ablaze. Like, oh.
Do you remember we were in Wales doing that brake job, and I was trying to get the fittings out the back. I thought what it was called. You're cracking off to bleed it. The bleed nipples on it. Yeah. And I warmed it up with blow lamp because it was covered in brake cleaner.
Oh, it just wet
It's
the
like,
floor.
yeah. In the cab and everything, wasn't it? I was like, Charlie, you throw me around, please. You fucking what? I'm trying to do this.
I'm doing this. Is the panic setting?
Yeah.
What is it?
And they were lobbing rags at me. And the other side, I was like, banging it down. Fucking hell.
Fire is not good.
No.
Fire is not my friend. No.
Fucking hell.
It's not a good thing.
I'll never forget when we were doing the spring on that DAF. And he was trying to use the pepper pot on the bottles. Every time he lit it,
I told you it's dangerous.
every time he lit it up to warm the bolt up, it fucking blew out, didn't it? But it banged every time.
yeah.
Oh, mate. He was getting well.
How many times have we done it in here? And your dad's like, yeah, I ain't got any flashbacks on this, it'd be right.
Yeah.
Bang, you're like, whoa. All the Moses. I don't know about this tree. I stood around the corner, me and my bottle of water. Like, hey, that man, it's the famous quote of, well, you can't argue it's liquid.
Yeah.
It makes a point.
He makes an excuse to get it out, doesn't he? Fucking hell, these bolts are tight.
It's a 10 mil. I'll get ratchet out. I've only got a spanner in it. No, burn it out. Be right. Oh no, fire again.
I'll get a grinder so that bottle's going to be well quicker. Shit, straight through it. Every
He's already
time.
good before you've started.
Fucking no, yeah.
As soon as you hear it, I'm me and Sue are on the pyramid desk. Is he burning again? Sue? He's burning again.
The best one was before you worked for us. We were doing the refurb on a 12-ton Lindy, weren't we?
Oh, Jesus.
And I had to go out the next day, and the last thing I had to do with it was a tilt pin and bush on the bottom. Oh my god. Would it move? Would it ball? So we're here, 6:30 at night. 6:30?
Yeah, it was
It
late.
was 5:30 when I started. Burning out. It wasn't going well. Flames coming out the side of the gun and that. So I have to go and get another one. So we run across the road, didn't we? It was 5 minutes before they shut. Bought a gun. I'm in the wheel arch, going away. Flame comes out the side of it again. Is he taking a piss, this fella? I think it said Tom over there.
Yeah.
Runs over, comes back. Says it's a good gun, blah, blah. I was like, right. So I'm in the hole. I thought, gotta go for it now. I've got to go out. Burning it out. It's coming back at me. Thinking, yeah, I'm getting there. Next thing it goes, the fuck? What we have It's the panic here. No! He runs over to the bottles. How's it all doing it? The flashback goes off. Bears the pirate by his balls. I've never seen jump as much.
Because it's acetylene, isn't it? It burns black smoke, doesn't it? So I was turning it off, and the pipe went, I just heard a bang, and it went black. It's like, fucking hell. I'm dead. Honestly, I'm dead. I ran into the yard, like, I'm saying, Jesus, no. Fucking hell. And I'm walking back into the shop, I'm like, oh, it's all over now, and it's alright, no, fine. He's like, have you turned the oxy off? I'm like, no. Fucking hell, turn the oxy off.
I got the pin out, though.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fire. It's not good.
Oh, Jesus,
Fire
no.
is me. You are a little arsonist. You and your dad. I'm telling you, it's just.
Not for you.
To be fair, they did the same when I was at Morris. Like Daz there was big on, again, if it's tight, burn it out.
Yeah.
I used to do like the loading shovels that go on the 40 metre telehandler and stuff. The cutting edges on them would go. So
Yeah.
go up to millions, pick some new ones up, he'd comb, he'd burn them, cut them and that, and weld them on. And he'd spend like a day getting it right. And to be fair, when they were finished, they were perfect. Straight as a die. Man, I know some good welders. You're a good welder. I don't think you've ever welded like since I was there.
No, probably not when you were here, no.
But then he was like...
I could see it in your face. You're going to say it's like bird shit then, wouldn't you?
No.
Yeah.
I've taught you I can't say that.
Oh, yeah.
45 degrees. Make a backward C. So it started from like 9-ton dumper we had.
You welded on
Yeah, well,
yeah.
He's like, have you welded before? I've hacked, but never MIG'd. And he's like, 45, backward C's.
We could just give him the gun and walk.
Yeah, you did, yeah. I've got pictures of him in the bucket. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Say Darren he would do it with his.
Yeah.
Mate. Sometimes I'd stand there and he'd pop up, mask off, what is that? I'm just admiring, mate. Like his welds were so clean. And he'd like build a weld, and then weld over it. And they just finished perfect.
Yeah.
But he was another fucker for... Get the bottles out. He's like, are you scared of him? Yes, I am. What's happened? Previous experiences. You boys have scarred my life. I'm telling you, so anyone ever mentions bottles, I am gone.
I remember we were straightening the guards on a side load out of pepper pot. It banged, didn't it? Like shove and bang. It disappeared. Whoa! What's that?
It's dangerous. You're all lunatics. I'm telling you. This is why I moved away and got myself now a nice office job. Another branch. Answer the phones. You boys like, wait, burn it out. No, stop it.
Keep going.
Your face melts off. Have you got any eyebrows left? What is going on?
We had one recently, didn't we? Them JCB legs.
Wow,
fucking
God, you see the video?
We had it.
Was it a 21 that? Or was it a 17?
It might be a 21 actually. I can't remember.
It looked a big
No,
one.
I think
it was-
Seen the
I
videos
can't
of it.
remember.
It might be a 21, I
on
think.
the dock, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought they were tight. Them. Jesus Christ. They're that tight. The retaining plate that goes in the end of the pin, it snapped and sheared bolts off on it because it's turning with the leg. Fucking hell.
I've never.
Oh wow, we had it. The forklift, forklift on top of it, on blocks.
Chloe?
You know the blue one, Chloe?
Big Blue?
Yeah.
Chloe. She's OG Big Blue.
We had hair on it.
The pallet wrap. Right.
We had hair on top of it with weight on it. And you burned pretty much all the way through it, hadn't you? And we had poured oil on it. The oil was on fire. We had me with a T-bar on it. You swinging the 14-pounder over your head, nailing it. And it was moving like a tiny bit of time.
Honest, I got the satisfaction when that thing came
Oh,
out.
Jesus.
I had to slot it
as well.
off,
He was getting well wound up with it. It was late again one night when it got it done, and he went for his shit. And I was there like dropping a pin in it, just a little ding every now and again. Then it just went, disappeared. I was like,
I'm gonna be sick now.
that was a job.
Pin wise, we had on it's a 14-ton Volvo, I think, on the excavators. And strangely, one of the only 14 tonners I've worked on, they've got dozers on.
All right, yeah.
So the dozers like there's two ram pins at the top, two at the bottom, and then two like pins into the sort of the body of it, if you like.
Yeah.
And I think the constant movement of it basically the bottom pins, the lower pins just waggle themselves out.
Yeah.
And they have like the pins like a sort of teardrop shape.
Right, yeah.
They sit inside two little pegs, the bolt goes in and all that. And they were both round the other side, out. And the guy at the time, Chris, who is brilliant.
Yeah.
If you end up watching this video, Chris, I love you. He's one of the best guys I've ever met. Like, loves just talking about sex. It's just, and it'd be like, this is a nice cup of tea. Cup of tea? Yeah, I had a cup of tea. Let's put it on my ass. How did we get from that? What are we doing again? He's a great guy. Honestly, I'd love for you to meet him.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he's a big dude as well. He's like, sorry, I get the hammer out. You get in it, lift it up off the floor, said the bucket down, the front end up, dozer right down, squeaking its balls off, and he's banging it and banging it. So he's a big guy, like, and he's swinging his hammer. Didn't move once, not a single bit. And he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how else I'm going to do this. Put the porta pack in it, trying to press it in, nothing. And then it was like, I said, take that. He was always in his overalls. No matter where it was. Like, sometimes I'd tie mine off or just wear pants and a t-shirt, whatever. He was always in his, and his overalls were wet through. He was sweating his ring off. I was like, right, chill, man. So go have a cig, whatever you do. And I said, I'll have a bit of a bang, and it's in a good position now.
Yeah.
I'll have a go. And the first day I seen it move, I was like, I can't tell him it's moving. Go again. Bing. He went again. It's like, shit. The end of the pin had a grease nipple on it. So I was like, put the grease in it. And it had not took any grease into doing it. Put the grease thing on. One of those automatic ones.
It's gone.
Started taking grease. I was like, right, what do I do now then? So it kind of like bulged the grease out of the end. I was like, well, wipe that away so we can't see it. Wait for him to get back and then let him finish it. And he come back after like 5 minutes, like, right, let's have it. It's like, sound, I'll get in the machine, yeah. And the first bang it went, he was like, it's moving. It's like, hooray! He's not going to kill me. And then eventually, like, it went.
Came out.
Mate, what is it? What pins? What? I don't understand.
Fucking pain.
I'll never forget, obviously, doing this job. And I've worked with my dad for years before I went to college. And I goes to college and there's an 8014 JCB, an older one.
Yeah, little things. Yeah.
And obviously, for one of your things at college, you've got to knock the pins out, take the RAM off, strip it, put it back together. It's like, yeah, piss it. So swinging the hammer, gets my RAM off, puts it on the bench. Mate of mine says to me, can't get this pin out, it's driving me nuts. So we have a go with the hammer. So me being me, thinking, this fucking pin's going to be tight. So I swing the sledgehammer like I was knocking a boom pin out of a reach stack. The pin vanished across the bench. Hole in the wall. I was like,
oh, yeah.
Horrible.
I remember fucking. I was in London, I think, stripping a Lindy, and I was upside down in the mast, swinging a 14-pounder. And the bloke came over, gotta have your harder on. I was like, I'm upside down, mate, literally upside down. You would have done same, sir. You were holding your legs, wouldn't you? on the wheel. I was like, I'm upside down, gotta have it on. So I put it back on. 2 swings fell off again. And I have to put that harder on. I was thinking, well, you fuck off, mate. Jesus Christ. That was terrible. And then I think we took the wheels off in the end, didn't we? I was leaning over the fucking wheel with the half shaft, nailing it. Every time.
We did that and where did we do it? There was the truck. Oh, where did we do that? I remember I was holding half shaft while Sam's not. If this goes, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That man can swing a hammer.
Fucking Jesus,
if you need a pin knocking out.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Jesus
But I'll tell you what, don't say anything while he's doing it, you distract him, and then he does miss. You've got to just keep quiet. Yeah. And you can see him getting a bit closer to you, and it's like, don't say it, hold it fucking still, don't say it.
The panic sets in.
Yeah. We hold it, fucking squares. I'm sorry, please don't hit me.
See this one bead of sweat. It's getting angry. So the truck I was thinking about then was the truck that did the Heister stacker that was on. What was the wagon place off the side of 62?
A&M Commercial.
Bennett.
No, A&M.
Oh no,
A&M
A&M.
Commercial.
Oh god, yeah.
But one of the was it one of the seals?
We did the turret seals in the front
Torrent
hub.
seals.
Oh god,
I remember
yeah.
got the diagram and I was like, that was a complicated job. Got their big trucks, like strip it here, we'll do it here.
45 then?
45.
RS,
Well, lift
45.
45.
Things,
Yeah.
And I'd gone on my own the first day to take the wheel and that.
Yeah.
Got to a point, everything sound. And then I remember it was like, we're going to have to jack it up. Like, we need to bring like the big jack. So the 50 tonner come out, the 100 tonner come out. It's like, right, sound, bring the hard, we'll get, right, everything's good. Gets it jacked up, gets the wheel off, starts stripping down, like say, get to the half shaft and that. And then just noticed, I was like, is the floor disappeared? I don't quite know what's going on. So we kind of got to a point, and we didn't have any bits, did we?
Yeah.
So his dad ordered the bits came in. 2 or 3 days later, goes back, mate. And this truck was like 6 inches in the ground.
Yeah.
Thinking, what the... I don't know how. And then I think is it the 50 tonner give up?
No, the 100 tonner. The 100 tonner popped its seals.
Yeah. That give up. I'm thinking, at the minute, all it's holding it is like 4 pieces of hardware.
Yeah.
The softest tarmac clearly that's ever been fucking made. This truck's thing, I think, me then being me starts panicking. He's like, chill out. I was like, mate, if this goes, we're going to die. So I remember I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to move my van. I've just cleaned it. Drove the van out the way, move things around. What did it do? Because they had to take the 100 tonner resealed, 100 ton jack resealed.
Yeah, and we had to jack it. If you remember rightly, it was the last day before it went on the ship, and we had to jack it inches by inches and shove blocks under it. So we got it high enough to just ram a wheel on, and then let it settle on the one wheel.
Because you could literally stand and watch it slowly sinking into
every
the time you jacked it, go up a little bit, but push it in the ground.
The box of hardware we were using probably that one. By the time we'd finished, they were a good 6 to 10 inches.
Oh yeah.
In the tarmac.
Fucking mental.
I had to knock them back out. I wasn't wasting good hard.
If anything, it's G's prized possession. Put the hardware on the van. He goes, not that one. His prized possession, that one. I never knew how hard wood was until I got here.
Yeah,
wood is hard.
Everyone Karen's again. Oh, you want steel? Axle stands and that. Listen, no.
I'll take.
Yeah,
Try what they called A railway sleeper.
Yes.
Any day of the week. I
Yeah.
would not use that.
But it's like this, so Jack Wood up it goes,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
brakes, put an axe down the it goes, wah! I'm not running that risk.
Piece of hardwood. It's genuine that putting that on somewhere safe.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we did the. Was it me and you? We did the strip to do the. It might have been the tilt ram seals on a heist at Universal, and it had no wheels on it. We did all the brakes on it.
Yeah,
and that sat in
yeah.
hardwood for a good maybe 2 weeks before we got all the
Yeah,
brakes.
yeah.
Never budged an inch.
No,
Never
no,
budged
no.
an inch.
No.
That was a
They
nice
don't
little
move.
truck to work on. To be fair.
Yeah.
You
Do you remember doing the that Lance and Henley in Manchester? We did the brakes on it. That real fucking old one. You know what about before? And we did the brakes on it, and the chassis on them. There's no flat bit of the chassis. Is there?
No.
And it's like that thick in it.
Yeah.
But straight along, and we had blocks under that, and it would just under it winding the brake off, and it's while you're under it, and the low as well. I mean, it's just like right on your chest, thinking, "Fucking hell."
I remember I was sat in the cab and he was like, "All right, Joe, talk to me, Joe, Joe." All right, chill out. Like, wee, it's all right. I was winding it off. I mean, eventually it went.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
fair,
yeah.
The truck was an old dog, but
I
mate,
think it's 80s that. I'm
That was
sure
it
it's
is.
late 70s.
Yeah, late 70s. Yeah. But yeah, I remember it.
the dinosaur
wood,
I worked,
fucking
the
hell.
best dinosaur I worked on was the Kalmar up at Preston.
Oh my
Little,
days.
tiny.
The gas one.
1.6 ton Kalmar.
Holy shit.
I know the
that
brakes,
machine.
didn't I? I
Yeah.
had all the shoes and stuff on it again.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
did you take the engine out with me when it had blocked the vacuum?
No, that was me and you.
That was
The-
you.
Is it a
Yeah.
I
Fiat,
only worked
Fiat
at it
engine?
one time.
Fiat engine.
Fiat
yeah.
engine, yeah.
I
Fucking
only
hell,
worked at
yeah.
one time.
Oh, God.
The brakes not all around thing.
Oh, what a
I
machine.
hated
That's
that
a,
machine.
that's
still do
70s
hate
or
that
60s,
machine.
isn't it?
That's late 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
mental.
I took a picture of it and posted it on maybe LinkedIn or something, and every
Yeah.
comment was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
Damn it.
how
every
is
day.
that still? That should be a
Fuck.
fossil."
Mental. Oh, it's like the G42 in Liverpool.
Well, don't mention
No,
it.
we're not going to mention the name, but holy shit.
I'll tell you though, they've got a new spreader. Well, I won't go far as new. But they've got another spreader for it.
Does it have an exhaust yet?
Yes, it does actually. Yeah.
really, mate. How that truck? Oh, that gives me nightmares.
Oh, fucking tell me
That
that.
truck
Hey, there's new
gives me
tyres on it though.
nightmares.
I rebuilt the engine on it last year before.
Yeah.
L10 Cummins.
Yeah.
It needed it. It started up and it was blowing. Was it blowing oil out the intake? And it was just pouring off the side. He said, "I don't understand what's wrong with it." Think you'll find, sir. Come to a point.
Oh no, that truck, mate.
That's a cracker, that
Gave
one.
me nightmares.
That site gives me nightmares.
Yeah, fucking
There's
hell.
some stuff on there. I mean, we've done like what did they ever? Was it 16, 18 ton cat? We did the top mast roll.
Oh, 15 ton cat, yeah.
Another dog just literally.
Do you remember when he did the transmission on that? And the people on site decided to have a go at it and built blocks, hadn't they?
Yeah.
Out of
To take the
blocks.
transmission out the bottom. Was
Yeah,
their
but there was a cross
idea.
member across it, they're like fucking 6-inch thick. Oh, the think of that.
And then instead of just removing the cab and all the instruments that go with it, they removed the top of the cab and then just cut through everything. Sammy and the stick welder was, "I think that's 120. Is it? Yeah."
That was a job, wasn't it? But like,
God, yeah.
fuck me, I bet it was 3 foot off the floor. The front, the
Yeah.
back was on the floor, wasn't it?
That was a
Fucking
nightmare.
hell. We took the transmission out from the top, and the truck was like that. It was a cunt to get back in.
Made it hard because it was catching the steering wheel, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the truck that he lifted out with a drop in.
Oh.
Every time, leave it there, yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake, lift it back up, will you? Jesus Christ. Oh.
With the truck that's dropping, I've got this to a T now. So what I tend to do is lift it about 10 mil further than it needs to be,
Yeah.
and just wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I think 2 mil left.
See the eyes saying, "This hammer's going." At that point, everyone just gone.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "No!"
But yeah, that's a dangerous side, isn't it? Jesus,
Some of the
wet.
stuff they run there.
Oh,
I mean, it's
wow.
getting better with time. Went not long ago, the other week. Was it the other week?
Which one?
And I think the spreader has stopped working and they needed
Yeah.
it fixed at 40 foot.
Oh,
But all your fans out there wasn't at 44.
No. That was it, yeah. And then I went in when he said, "Couldn't have a look at these chains while you're here." So yeah, a set of chains, free lift chains in it, 5-10 minutes. No worries, going in. And I swear when I say it, it sheared them in half. The chains were hung over the rock, sheared through the links, and the rest of the cabbage was just sat on the floor in front of it. We'll never
the best one. I took a picture as well of the job and the like foreman there, and,
God,
and he stood there like. It's a cracking picture.
I say that this one, that the engine, this was the original fault.
Yeah.
When they run it out of oil, and they run it out of oil again at DCR.
There was Lindy.
Yeah.
Went knock knock and hello.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
went knock
yeah.
knock and hello again.
Again.
Yeah.
And then wait for it. I fitted. No, I got another block, didn't we?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
replaced all the bits on it, and we refitted the engine, and it was sweet. It was. But the throttle pedal was sticking. Warned them about it. Said they weren't going to drive it. What was it? A day, 2 days later,
Yeah.
gets a phone call. It's making a weird noise. I said, all right, yeah. I won't drive it till you get here. All right. Slid underneath it, and there was bits of piston everywhere. I thought, this isn't good. Underneath it, and you thought the first hole was big. It was like that. I said, was it flat? And it went, no. I said, well, you must have driven it down here. No.
It's going
How did you know?
Yeah, the fuel pump were like, oh really? Well,
That was it.
Fucking made bad. Yeah.
So anyway, I
That's what
redid
it
it again, and put it put it in, and it runs sweet, didn't it?
Yeah,
I told them all,
yeah.
don't use it, no, won't use it. A day later, I gets a phone call. Now, obviously, me, as soon as I see the phone ring, start sweating. I think, God, no, not again. So answers as well. I need you. I thought, fuck, I need you. So why? I've got it stuck in a box. I thought, well, at least it's fucking running. Yeah. So I turned up, goes down, and sure enough, he got it stuck in a box. Goes down, has a look. As I'm as I drive around the back of the machine, there's a 3.5 ton truck with its mast right up in the air, lay on its side. Oil coming out of everywhere. All the managers are like that. That what happened here? And they backed the truck down the ramp, the loading ramp by the door. Fuck out into the side of it. I just thought, you know what? I'm fighting and losing battle there. And I just took pictures of everything and thought, yeah, sign that, I'm off. God help
Fucking
us.
hell.
I think favourite job that I did while I was here wasn't on a forklift truck.
Gonna be the Jaguar.
Nah, yeah. In Wigan.
The man himself, what a man.
Yeah.
What a man. Like,
So much time for it.
oh my God. Like, I've met him probably 6, 7, 8 times working
Yeah.
like for years. Just every time you meet him, just a lovely bloke.
I've never met.
Oozes
Never met
wisdom.
yeah. I've never met such an helpful.
Class and just
yeah.
Heart's in the right place. Just
Yeah.
He's
Just a
warm
top
enough, got a
man.
tea,
Yeah,
toilets
yeah.
there. It just everything about him.
Yeah.
I remember the day the job come up, my dad was like, we'd gone, I think, to do. I think your dad was doing a low on the overhead,
yes.
and I'd gone up. I think I was up top. I can't remember doing it.
That's another cracker as well.
Oh God. Yeah.
And while we were there, I remember your dad chatting with Stephen. It was like, "Do you reckon you could do this?" And he was like, "Yeah, Charlie can do it." Charlie can do what? And we got chatting. I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And I remember that night I'd gone home and watched a couple of videos and stuff. I'm like, because it's a big, expensive Jag. Like, I want to make sure this does right. And to be fair, built brilliantly.
Yeah.
Take apart, really nice. I'd done like it was the full window reg, something else inside it as well. But like taking it apart was bliss. I had like bits, you know what I'm like. Tiny.
Yeah.
So everything's like lay that down there, pop that down there. I say he come with biscuits, brews. He was like, "What pie shop? Do you want anything?" Spent like 3. I think on the video I watched it was like Jag Tech 7 hours.
Yeah.
Charlie Mack 4.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I was like, "Put the window down and put the window back in again. Put it down again." That's probably my favourite job that I did.
Well, yeah.
Just I think for being there.
He's just
Do
a top
you know
man,
what,
isn't he?
my
What a guy.
favourite job, I can't remember where you were coming back from, but building that 2-stroke, and I video called you.
Oh yeah.
That was,
Yeah.
we were out
That
with
was
from Northampton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'll stay." He's like, "No." He's like, "No, I'll sort the bike out." I was like, "Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, fine." Clutch plates,
Clutch plates. I can't remember what else I did on
fork
it now.
seals,
Fork seals, yeah.
which were kind of okay.
Yeah.
One of the forks was a little bit split. Other than that, they went in and it weren't leaking anymore. That's still the best buy we ever did, and we should never have sold that.
No.
What was it? A KX 125?
1992
European.
import
Evo.
125 Evo, mate.
Yeah. It was a
that
massive
was the-
thing.
Because obviously I got it at mine, didn't I? It was sat safe.
Yeah.
I did locked up, I'd checking it, go out style. And because I think we weren't riding it, I was like, it's just taking up space and
Yeah.
could do with the cash. And then we was just like, let's just sell it. I regret it now.
Yeah.
Because I remember went to buy it.
The guy got. Thank you very much.
What a guy.
Let us strip the engine, because I said I wouldn't pay him the money if it had damaged the internals, basically.
Yeah.
But I'd pay it if
Why
the
did it not
top
run?
end had gone.
No,
No,
it's
she's
seized.
solid.
Seized solid, we got that.
Yeah, I remember that. the bit of the piston's still down there.
Yeah, it is. Actually, for camera's sake.
Yeah. It's in the
Proof of the
plastic
story.
box.
Is it the piece of or?
No, it's the actual piston
Oh, I'll
still
tell you
there.
what we have got here. I've got a few things that'll make everyone laugh. So there's your piston and bits of.
Yeah, that was the
that
one.
was. I remember when we, because we were sat outside, weren't we? It was pissing down with rain on it.
Yeah.
I just got actually my brand new DeWalt kit.
Yes, you had.
Big up the G-man for getting me
It was
that.
very wet at the time.
I remember we stripped it and Sam had pulled the head off, and just as we were like getting towards, like, should we pull the sleeve of what? And I was like, hold on a minute. And the angle I was stood at, I could see literally the piston was sat, and there was the tiniest little piece there, just wedged. And Sam was like, if we leave it in this position, the man won't see it, and we can say that it's balls. I was like, yeah, go for that. So the guy come back out, and he's like, oh, I don't know, mate. You know, it's still seesaw. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and it was pissing down. I was like, no, I just want to get it. And he's like, all right, yeah, go on, then give us that. So I ended up getting it cheaper, didn't we?
Yeah.
I literally come back, pulled the piece of piston out. Hey, it went away, turned the barrel in, barrel re-sleeved.
Yeah.
New
Did we do a
piston.
crank on it? No, we didn't do a crank on that one,
No,
did
no.
we?
It was literally, had the barrel re-sleeve, new piston, spark plug, fork seals. You did the clutch plates on it for me.
Yeah.
What much on it?
Because I remember we had the engine out when we did the top end. We had the engine out and we had a wager on it. And said,
Yes.
I'd said 4 kicks and he said 2 kicks. I was like, mate, there's not a chance 2 kicks. Make 2 kicks and it went.
Fucking
I've
mad.
got the video somewhere.
Yeah.
I've
It
got
sounded sweet as well. Really nice.
I still smell it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it pops on my phone all the time, like, because I've got lots of photos of it in different, down there, over there, and the other side. Then I've got the video of me riding out the back, so it pops every now and again. I'm like, why the fuck did I sell that?
Yeah, it was
I'd
a
be worth
cracker, that.
mint now. That thing.
Fucking brilliant, that
Fortunes
was.
now, you're struggling to
Yeah.
get off.
What did we sell it for in the end?
Was it 14.50, 14?
What'd you buy it for? 12?
No,
Less.
less than that.
Was it?
We got a good deal on it.
Can't say. It's a bit of a steal. I totted up, so we like went arse and bite, didn't we? And then it's like, right, all the bits, like, because I thought he's gonna do most of the work. I'm a retard. And he's motocross, isn't he? Like, that's what he did. It was his thing. I mean, we won't talk about his bike.
No, we'll leave that one out.
I still have a tear in my eye when I finish the conversation.
Well, after 2 years. I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to rebuild it. It's not rebuilt.
The time will come.
Yeah.
So it's like got to the point where, right, I'll buy the bits, you do the work, weighs it, and then if we do ever sell it, we'll just literally split it.
Yeah.
Pull out what we put in and split the rest. And it wasn't long before we got it going. Like, we got it going.
No,
was
no.
it? It was a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
2
yeah.
3 weeks. And then at the time, I just rode Tom's. Mate, that bike's beautiful.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
250. Yeah.
450.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a bike. And it was just, I think, because I'd rode mine and then I rode his and was like, his pulls like a train. I wouldn't mind to do that. And then I got it home and we were all rigged to go ride and you give me boots and was like, we'll go and do it. And I just never did it.
Yeah.
And I properly, that's one thing I said about before in
Not
the start,
regretting.
not regretting.
Yeah.
I regret that.
Yeah.
That is one thing I regret selling. Because
It was
just the time I'd doing it.
Yeah.
When it kicked and it went.
the happiness.
Joy.
Yeah.
I was like a 4-year-old. 4-year-old just found his willy. I was like, whoa, it's going! It's just, And then say it roared and then he did the plates and stuff on it. And eventually got to ride outside.
Yeah.
Mate, what a feeling.
The satisfaction of it, of actually doing it.
But I used, because the guy come here, didn't he? The guy bought it from you, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was away or something. Can't remember what I was doing.
I'm not sure. You were out with kids or something, I think, weren't you?
And then I remember because the guy came in, didn't he? And barged it for a little bit and so it went, I wonder what that is now.
He was a cock for that bike, let me tell you. But,
Different story. Different time.
fucking wank. But anyway, I've got another offending article.
Oh, that's the one. That is the
There's your
boy.
banjo ball.
Snap me banjo.
That was the one.
How bent it is, man. There's some pressure gone into that.
Fucking mad, isn't
To be
it?
fair, off that whole thing, I did make a banjo ball that looked very, very close.
Yeah.
It's just a bit longer than we got, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't long enough.
That caused me so much pain.
And there's your 700 series.
That's a cracker.
Plus
That,
one.
isn't it? There you go. For anyone who's not mechanically minded, it's meant to be straight. Like, perfectly straight. Not like an S.
No.
Fucking brilliant, that, isn't it?
Blind then.
That did some damage there, and I've still got the pictures of that. Fucking
I reckon I
phenomenal.
could. Karen's out there. I reckon I could put that in a vice, straighten it and get an engine to run out of that.
Who's going to say that? I've seen you file cranks again. I believe. In the words of you, Dad, be right.
Yeah.
Be right.
Yeah, no.
They're great, aren't they? Engines are great.
Oh yeah.
If you want to be an engineer, be ready for it. It's great. Honestly, it's absolutely
The best and worst thing you'll do, all in one. The emotional roller coaster is so fast, you don't know whether you're up or down.
When we started, we were all like 4 stone, really muscly, really good looking. And then this happened. This is what happened. This is what engineering does.
It ruined you.
It
Ruined
does.
you.
Well, on that note, I think we'll leave that one.
Well, can I ask me one question
Go on.
to finish it off?
Go on.
It's going to get
Same,
deep now, yeah.
No,
same as everything. Sorry about this. But what do you, for everyone out there, what do you personally see as being successful?
I think we touched on it a little bit before. I think too many people get probably hung up on being successful in like a working mode. And I think me specifically, I'm quite family orientated. And I think being successful for me is, like we said before, having that balance between like I've got kids and I want to be able to provide for my kids.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to, in like 10, 15 years, have built something, be successful at something, and I have something to show that in 20 years' time and say, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. And I think now, like I said before, we're all young, we're all building, we all know what we want to achieve. I just think finding that balance now early is key.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that, I think once you find it, I really do think it'll spiral.
Yeah.
You get yourself in a good position, you're in the right mindset. Like, I enjoy getting up in the morning now.
Yeah.
I go to work, I'm happy in my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see that in yous now. You know, yous are getting up. Like,
Yeah.
yous come and see me in the shop and stuff. It's nice when we catch up because we're all in good spirits.
Yeah,
We all know what we want. We all know what we're trying to achieve.
That's it, yeah. All got drive. And
So I mean, there's an end goal,
Yeah.
and for me, I know what my end goal is. I know what I want to achieve, and you know, being successful doesn't happen overnight. Like we said before, like you see these guys, and they're like, if you've got £10,000, stick it into this and buy. Like, fuck off! Who's got 10 grand? Just plop away. I ain't buying you.
if you have,
So-
invest in yourself.
Yeah.
That's
or
the biggest
donate
key.
to me. Chazza's charity. You know what I mean? I ain't got that.
No.
You know, not everyone gets it handed to him on a silver spoon.
No.
Some people have to work. You know, I say I've been going around the block now. Again, I'm not a job whore. 10 years in this, and now 10 years in, I've landed something that I think could be that move.
Yeah.
But I think eventually, say I'm not 30 yet, but by the time I get to like 40 and 50, I think then I'll probably go, do you know what? I've been successful here. I've created something. I've made something. I've got something to show for the 20, 30 years of me getting up and going to work.
Yeah. It's
It's
not all about money, is it?
No,
Not all about.
Honestly, I think people get too strung up and too like so tunnel vision on money. Mate, it is death for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Honestly, be the death for you. If you can go to work, be happy. The main thing is, I think, for me, is family. As long as everything's cushy at home. Like I say, I've got kids and a missus now, and I do what I do for them.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning and I go and do what I do for them. She's a saint. But I do, you know what I mean? I get up and I do what I do for her and for the kids because I want to be able to provide for them. And finding that balance like I have done now, I think that's again. I think every day is different, so not every day you're going to be successful.
Yeah,
every day
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
run into shit and be like, "What am I doing?" But
We wouldn't
as
learn
long
if you
as
didn't, would you?
You got to persevere with it.
Yeah.
It's all experience. And then in 10 years' time, you've got a lad who works for you or an apprentice you know or somebody else. You go, I've been there, man. I've done this.
Yeah.
Like, persevere. I promise you'll get there.
Pass
Yeah.
knowledge on the next
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
No, definitely. Agree.
Right, well, thank you very much.
Boys, it's been a pleasure.
Ed, nice one for
Thank you very
coming.
much for being on, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
good. It's good. And I want to be on.
Like, subscribe, click the bell, notify me.
Like, subscribe, click the bell, notify me, visit the power site.
There you go. All the links will be in the description for the power site and our power products. Solid.
Thank you very much. On to the next one.